Hello there, and welcome to tonight's episode of Arcane Adventures. As always, before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have a few session announcements to get through. The first being your weekly reminder that we have quiz questions available every Tuesday and Friday under the post section of our YouTube channel. You can click on over to @Arcane_Adventures and check out our post section and see if you can guess or use your knowledge from our session episodes and all of our extra content to figure out what the answer to each weekly quiz question is. Also, in conjunction with that, we have shorts releasing every Tuesday and Friday that highlight the most iconic moments of our session episodes. Not only are they on YouTube, but they are also on our other social media pages, including TikTok and Instagram, thanks to our wonderful Michelle Stout on our social media team. And so we've got a lot going on, so please go check them out on every platform that you find convenient. And also, this is your last reminder that if in case you need a recap, the Chapter 9 recap video is available on our YouTube channel right now. So again, we're still in Chapter 10, and we will be probably for a while, but if you need a recap before then, you can go check out that Chapter 9 recap video. It has all 16 episodes from Chapter 9 covered in a distilled 1-ish hour long, important, detailed little note bundle that you can listen to like a little podcast format. It's very helpful. And of course, if you want the more long form stuff, of course, you can go back and watch all 19 episodes or 16 episodes from Chapter 9. Very helpful and fun stuff. But that is all of our announcements for this evening. So we'll go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Arcane Adventures. And welcome back. We return to the city of Provenere. It is the 13th of the month of Ukixis. Lorem Ipsum has returned from Oshivester and Hydoxovexen in the aftermath of the missing in action Chancellor Inthidin Namigoth not but a few days ago. Of course, they spent almost a week aboard an airship traveling back to Provenere, and in that time period has things perhaps taken a downward spiral, but I'm sure we'll learn more about that as time progresses. Back at the coastal chateau, though, in Provenere, things were to transpire according to a normal coastal chateau bastion cycle, if you want to call it that, when Marigold Burrows was set to deliver us news regarding our last events that our property has been working on as the estate. But instead, breakfast was fatefully interrupted by the snipping of threads and Genevieve turning into a serpentine and attacking the party, which caused a run-amok chaos to break out amongst the group, destroying our dining table, our dining chairs, and now what am I supposed to do? Sit on the floor? And of course, there is some distension between the party as well. But in the aftermath of getting Marigold Burrows' arm put back on her body and giving her time to recover, and of course, most of Lorem Ipsum taking their separate ways, we have spent the considerable rest of the day of the 12th of the month in our own downtime activities. Genevieve off in a very understandable upset mood after the events that transpired. Marek trying to console her, but only being pushed away. Vellmon, Paloma, and Altrix taking on their own individual tasks throughout the day, while Pura is still presumably somewhere in or around the coastal chateau killing rabbits. Or mice, or anything, honestly. We don't really ask questions because we don't want to know the answers. But there is one member of the party that has not returned in the day that you have spent apart, and that is Sizik. He took off after seeing Genevieve, and we have not seen him since then, and now it is the following morning. But breakfast is being laid out before us, and all of our group, except for Sizik, has reconvened here in the coastal chateau for the following morning, at least over breakfast. And I suppose that's where we'll pick up with today's episode, which will be Chapter 10, Episode 4, Papers. No dining table has arrived today. So Lorem Ipsum, you are sitting on a bare floor in the dining room on pillows that have been laid out by your staff in a very relaxed style dining experience for breakfast. Omelets seem to be cursed, so instead we are having scrambled eggs, and that will be all that is being served today, unless you have a particular request you'd like to throw in there. But all of you, other than Sizik, of course, are here, and so we will open on this breakfast scene on the 13th.
Well, if there's no dining room table, I guess there's no session today. There's no point.
Yeah, I was just going.
Altrix packs it up, goes home, leaves the session and the game. Good game, y'all.
GG's, Sizik is plotting to TPK us all. He is BBG, and we just don't know it yet.
Yeah, no, it was the plan from the start. You know, there had to be one interloper.
Did we ever put the magnet on Sizik?
Anyways, everybody roll dexterity saves.
Please
Not
don't.
again.
No, you're good for this time. Marigold Burrows is sitting quietly. Her arm is like in a cast, or I should say a sling that's kind of holding it close to her chest as she's eating one-handedly with trying to fork a piece of scrambled egg and like try to finagle it into her mouth. And she's like, "So, everyone doing better this morning?" No.
Yeah,
Genevieve's gonna kind of just like kind of not even look up, just keep eating, side-eyeing her a little bit, but just like not wanting to address the fact that she's suffering.
Sure.
Shall I roll for important information?
Yes, thank you, Will, for reminding me. Yes, you
Yeah, no
can
problem.
roll for important information. See, I told you I'd forget.
You know, I was honestly thinking you weren't going to, but I'm surprised.
It's okay.
It was
I was
impressive.
actually just about to say it, and then you cut me
Oh,
off.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, if you
right.
just waited 2 seconds.
My bad.
No, you're good. Thank you for reminding me. Yes,
Yeah, no
if
problem.
you would roll let's do a perception or investigation check. I'll take either one from you. Relatively high DC, as Marek was at work at Still Fun Double yesterday to see if he collected any new information compared to what he had already learned while working there.
Well, I didn't know anything. Marek was blind and deaf.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you worked. You earned your small wage for the day, and then returned to the Goshen Chateau as night fell. Okay. Back in this particular moment, if none of you have anything you'd like to discuss over breakfast, you are free to disperse amongst yourselves and then focus on whatever you'd like for the day. But if you do have things you want to discuss, now would be the time to bring that up with the majority of the group present.
Has anybody seen
Um,
Sizik?
When's the last time you saw him?
Yesterday morning.
Like how long after everything?
He left immediately after, right?
Not immediately after, but pretty close to immediately after.
Yeah.
Well, I saw him yesterday, and he apologized for his hand in the fateful thing that had happened yesterday morning. But I don't know if anyone saw him after that. Speaking of, and then she kind of looks at Marigold Burrows and is like, I'm really sorry about that.
It is all right. My arm is reattached. It will heal. Accidents happen.
I've done many accidents in my life, but none of them have ever blown someone's arm off, so this is a new one for me, and probably for you. I don't think you've ever had your arm blown off before. I can't imagine it's pleasant.
That is a fair assumption. Would be correct. I have not ever had this particular incident and affliction.
Yeah.
No, it is not pleasant, but it will be okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. She's just gonna look back down and eat her food.
Mr. Mason,
Yes.
a couple questions. Number one, last session, or it was one before last, either way, you gave me automatic grappling hooks. Is that just a grappling gun?
Yes, that is correct. And there's two.
Okay.
Or I think you rolled so well I gave you 4.
Yes, I have 4.
Yes.
I was just trying to find automatic grappling hooks and could not find them. And I was
Yeah,
like, what?
you're good.
All right, in that case, Autumn is 4 grappling guns, but they're only 30 feet each, correct?
Yes, that is correct, because that was the
As-
length of chain that they could extend on, so they are limited to that.
Yeah, as opposed to the standard of 150. Gotcha. Just
Yep.
want to make sure.
Now, you're welcome to modify them if you want to. You're going to get chain and just kind of add it to it. You can, but
Yep.
the base is 30 feet for 4 of them. Yeah.
Gotcha. I suppose I'll do that at some point.
Okay.
That way I can just use the inbuilt grappling gun from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't have to make honestly, yeah. I think Altrix is just going to, with a box of 4 grappling guns, make his way to Gnome Depot.
Okay, very well. Kind of wrapping up breakfast here, Altrix is the first to depart. Raylan Vost, who is in this chamber, kind of gives a ever so slight smile to you, Altrix, as you leave. Almost to the point where she is non-verbally inquiring if you would like her to accompany you, but doesn't say anything out loud.
Marigold?
Raylan Vost.
Oh, okay. I don't know why my mind heard Marigold. I was like, this is weird.
If I said Marigold, I apologize. But
I could also just be tired. That's on me.
that's both can be true.
This is a good question. All right. He will hesitate for a moment and go, I need to go pick up some chain. Would you care to join me?
Sure, I would be delighted. And she finishes up eating and sets down her silverware in her plate or bowl and gets up to follow you out of the room.
Let the record show that was a nat 20 on his wisdom check to not be an asshole.
Yeah, fair enough. Very nice.
That's the only good roll I'm going to get all session.
Or ever. All right. That leaves the majority of the party still present, though.
Marek's gonna relieve himself and go look for Sizik.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Guess it's safe to say that I said that I'm gonna go look for Sizik.
Oh, if you do, yeah, if you say you are going to go look for Sizik, I will go with you. If you don't,
Yeah,
then I will go
yeah.
look separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Genevieve will accompany y'all.
Well, in that case, as breakfast wraps up, Pura, again, stabbing small rodents, decides to leave and go back to doing that. And Vellmon is going to go off and do his own thing as well. So we will as I guess all of you are leaving about the same time Altrix is. So Altrix, as the door kind of is closing behind you as you and Raylan Vost are leaving, the door opens once again, and you can kind of catch just by turning like halfway around that the rest, or the majority of the rest of your companions, are following after you, kind of leaving the chateau all at once.
I mean, if they're not calling out to me for anything, then I take it they have their own business.
I don't think they call out to you.
No, I'm gonna say, you come here often, sexy. And then just kind of like as we're parting ways away from each other, so he doesn't really have much of a chance to say anything unless he wants to like raise his voice.
Love that.
All right, I need to roll wisdom saving throw for that.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 5. He dies.
He combust. Very well. Altrix, what do you need the chain for?
Oh, I just salvaged these grappling utensils and was well, they only go 30 feet, so kind of worthless at that point, so figured I'd extend them.
Makes enough sense to me. Did you salvage them from the... I don't even know what to call that, the thing?
Yes.
I see. How was that? Did you find anything useful?
I mean, yes. In terms of utility for us. In terms of information, not that much, so to speak.
I see.
Because out of character, I believe we've already figured out as a group that the thing was like essentially live streamed, right?
Yes. I think
Yeah.
that has been kind of informed to
All right.
everyone.
Pretty sure I disseminated that early on.
Okay.
So that was mainly the big one. Okay. As far as, information goes, not that much, really.
I see. I do not want to hold on to false hope, but I suppose I am still wishing that there's a chance she's alive somewhere. Though
Well, there certainly is a chance.
Fair enough. I suppose a chance is better than nothing. I just wonder if I should brace myself for the harsh reality now. I mean, why would she be alive?
Well,
I don't know. I don't even know why they wanted her in the first place.
well, the way the duplicates work, they can't. The process of entirely copying one's memories into one of these duplicates, though possible, is very inefficient, so to speak. Every single memory, thought, small detail about them, it requires a lot to contain all that information. So, as opposed to simply, copying one's brain over, they simply just connected it. A live connection from duplicate to the real person. So, normally there's a kill switch that goes on. Though I'm fairly certain that we were able to disable those before destroying any of them. The question of why there was multiple is a bit more
Right.
difficult to answer.
The process that you're describing, I'm not particularly well versed in that type of engineering, but it does make sense enough to me. The part that I am still unsure about is why they required a duplicate of the Chancellor at all, let alone 3.
Well, it's the Chancellor of the nation. A lot of
yes,
information gets given to that person. A lot of decisions are made by them.
Yes,
They wanted control of that.
So, that's fair. But why 3? There has to be some reason to create 3. And surely it was not as low of an action as to lay all of us to death.
Well, if we're going down the route of hypotheses, I suppose one is that they had some sort of intention to have them be multiple places at once. I guess another possibility is that that was a more advanced model than we had previously seen, so could be that they discovered an issue with previous editions, perhaps where one is damaged in some way and is incapable of, recovery, such a normal person, and therefore needs to be swapped out while maintenance is done.
Interesting.
Again, various possibilities.
Sure. I suppose it's-
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to investigate if all three were active at the same time while
No,
out
I
here.
I don't know if we'll be able to investigate that ever. At least not given... Well... I just worry that we are in danger.
I mean, yes.
I don't mean from the people that all of you have already been dealing with, though that certainly is, of course, a concern. I am concerned that we are to be blamed and held accountable as a scapegoat.
I mean, yes. I mean, he told us he'd do that.
Lovely. I suppose if you want to stop a fire, you should probably crush the ember first, before the fire gets started. Well, that's incredibly grim, so I won't dwell any further on that. To more positive things, like chains. And she continues to walk and talk with you as you head to Nomini Room. To the rest of our group, that being Paloma, Genevieve, and Marek, assuming that you are all journeying together and not dividing and conquering, or not even aware that you're dividing and conquering, what is your plan? According to Genevieve, the last time Sizik was seen was around the chateau, around, I guess, lunchtime yesterday, a little before lunchtime, and Paloma saw Sizik in the chateau just a little bit before that. So that's kind of our last record of that.
Hey, Jen, could Sizik still be in the forest somewhere?
In the what? In the
Right.
forest?
I assumed you went to a forest to sulk.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. No, he didn't walk into the forest farther. He walked out of it.
Okay.
We could go check the Great Divide Park. He likes that place.
Sure.
I mean, you would know better than us, I think.
All right. We head there.
Okay. You head to the Great Divide Park. Paloma, of course, you have been here with Sizik a million of times, but for Genevieve and Marek, this is a large rectangular-shaped park. It kind of juts off the side of the Hex District to the west and runs all the way to the far west side of Provenary's reaches. It's a large park and named aptly the Great Divide because there is a stream, created, of course, man-made, that runs through the middle that divides the border between Provias and Fenere. That is why it's called that. And you would think for a city built on the unison of two nations, the Great Divide was a, perhaps, poorly chosen name. But, oh well. As you arrive here, I suppose, if all of you will give me perception checks, that would be helpful.
I got a 19.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I forgot to pull up my character sheet. That is my bad. 12.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Decent spread across the board. That is all right. The three of you look around here at the Great Divide for some time. Paloma, you know of a place that Sizik frequently visited. In fact, where Harris also frequently visited, the Kinga that worked at the dojo, or was a student at the dojo, similar to you. And you find a particular large oak tree where both Sizik and Harris have kind of frequently encountered one another. Harris likes to punch a particular spot on the trunk. He's very short, the same height as you and Sizik, and so he likes to punch, and there's actually an indention that you can find, so it's actually very obvious to notice. And Sizik, frequently a climber, likes to climb up into the upper branches of this tree, and so if anywhere he could be, you think you'd at least starting here. But as you get here, while you do find the intentions from Harris, you do not see Sizik in this particular area. Now, given that you are familiar with this particular area, you may further investigate if you'd like to, or you can head somewhere else.
That means investigate it
Yeah,
a
I'd
lot.
say. I'll look around
Super
at least a little
investigate.
bit more.
Okay, great. If you are looking closer at this particular scene, you can give me an investigation check. All three of you can do that. Paloma, you can do so with advantage.
Okay. All right. 14.
14.
18.
Nice.
Nice, Mark.
22.
Very nice. Okay.
Damn.
All right, a little bit better this time. As the three of you are looking over this particular scene, Paloma, you see a small, tuft of rabbit fur that would belong to Sizik. And given that, it's a breezy day today, that probably is relatively fresh, meaning that he probably was here.
Okay. I don't know too many other places he would have gone. I guess maybe we can go try Madame Lepori's. Maybe he went to go buy something from her.
Hello, retail therapy. I don't think that sounds out of the question.
Very well. The three of you kind of turn back towards the main city of Provenary and return to the Hex District, arriving at Hexes and Scrolls, Madame Lepori's Arcane Emporium, next to the Hexblade, the large tavern that she runs as well. Even in the early hours of the morning, she is, welcoming customers as she frequently does. Oh, good morning to the three of you. What can I do for you?
Have you seen Sizik recently?
How recent is recently?
Like yesterday or today?
No, I cannot say I have. Is he...
Can we see if she's deceiving us?
Sure. You may make an insight check.
Fuck. Urgar got lobotomized when he tried to decide whether she was... I was in that one.
Yes. Yeah, Marek.
What did I say? Did I say
Urgar.
Urgar.
Oh, no, it's because I was just looking at Urgar's stat sheet.
He's
yeah.
just also
Fair
here.
For some
Yeah,
reason.
he's just like-
Yeah, he just spawned in.
Hey, this is one of the allies that you guys as Lorem Ipsum have come to know. Hard to read as a professional shopkeeper, probably good at swindling, probably, but also an ally. So, who knows, really? Seems truthful, though.
Do you maybe have a spell we could use to find him?
Yes, I do, actually. I'm sure you are familiar with a locate person as well.
We have a tuft of his hair. We could use the dementia spell.
Oh my god.
Yes, that is what we want, is to give
Yes,
this information.
yes.
Love that. Right, okay. If you, you said you have a belonging of his, it doesn't have to be a tuft of hair, but that is certainly helpful.
I may have picked it up.
May I see that?
Kind of hands it over.
Sure. Just kind of takes it with a gloved hand out of yours. This is, as much as I do want to assist you, unfortunately nothing is free. It does take a decent bit of magic to cast a spell like this. I am willing to, of course, being such frequent customers, give you a discount, of course, if that is something you are still considering, but I probably should forewarn you in advance.
Hasn't Sizik given you so much money? It would be a real shame if you lost one of your highest paying customers.
Because he died.
Make a persuasion check, Genevieve. And you may do so with advantage because that is a actually very fair point.
I was gonna say, can Paloma look real sad to give her?
No.
We stay
Paloma's-
highest paying
Paloma's
customer,
sad
but
is like-
Sizik has swindled her out of so much money.
Yeah,
That's true. She's
Sad-
like, actually, I need to
sad-
upcharge you.
Sadness is out of character for Paloma, so this
Yeah,
will
she doesn't know what that is.
Genevieve to have disadvantage.
Yeah, it actually is a straight roll now.
How does she feel about a 26?
26. Okay. You make a very valid point. Again, I cannot offer any magic for you for free. But again, heavy discount, as I said.
Name your price.
Usually, a spell like this would cost 1,500 gold pieces to do. I'll do it for 200.
He kind of just shuffles at his bag and brings out a smaller bag out of consideration and gives it to her. And just pays it in full.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, okay.
And she begins to cast a locate creature spell. All of you watch in the midst of her shop as the little tuft of fur kind of begins to rise off the countertop out of her hand, surrounded by this magenta magic that begins to kind of lace out, almost like a detective's web, like as there's little like pinpricks that kind of begin to string together with red lines, following the areas this Sizik's aura is pinging from. And as she kind of focuses, knowing that the spell's range is very limited, she actually will upcast it to, or I'm going to create an upcast for a locate creature and make the range larger so that you can have a better chance of locating Sizik. And as all of you watch, a kind of magenta three-dimensional map of Provenary begin to appear in the middle of the shop, you see a small little golden dot begin to ping, and it is located in the Bronze Borough. Paloma, you are familiar with that, as that is the area, at least, the district, at least, that the bakery that all of you first kind of lived in, I would say, purchased, but you didn't.
Nope.
You stole it from the
Commandeered that.
previous owner. Yeah.
We didn't steal
eminent
it.
domain. Eminent domain.
We got squatters' rights.
Yeah, squatters' rights, sure. Yes, but for Genevieve and Marek, this is a place, just another district in the city. You're not completely unfamiliar with what might be there.
Thank you, madam.
I see that he's there. It's about a 10-minute walk or so from here. Looks like it. So, if you need any further assistance, please, I'm here to help anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Genevieve's gonna kind of hang back with her for just a moment as they're kind of walking out the door.
Yes, dear.
Do they have to be alive to locate them with that spell?
Well, corpses are a bit of a gray area in the arcane world. Some would argue that they are objects, while others would argue that they are more momentous than that. For my particular magic, a corpse is a thing, so that would be a different spell, but a very similar one.
So, what you're saying is that because you were able to locate him, it means he's alive?
Yes, that would be a correct assumption.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
And she'll follow Paloma and Marek out.
Yes, all right. Journeying kind of in the direction that Madame Lapori was able to point you, you head quickly into the Bronze Borough district, Paloma navigating towards that bakery, where Sizik, why don't you describe what you're doing at the bakery in the Bronze Borough here?
Just is there, kind of hanging around, almost kind of sulking in a way. Poking around where we used to live. Not really doing anything in particular.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of look at both of them and say, you mind if I go initiate things?
Yeah. Why?
Just want to talk to him for a sec.
Okay.
Not long. I'll just kind of walk off up to Sizik and sort of awkwardly like pat him on the shoulder. Not say anything though.
Not going to tackle me again, are you?
Cheer up, kid. Happens to the best of us.
Really?
In my defense, it kind of looked like you were inciting violence.
I do not blame you for what you did, but it was the lack of trust that was unfortunate. I felt
that.
it. Why are you here?
We were looking for you. Didn't leave you behind. Let you be on your own.
Really now?
Not out of lack of trust, just that we care. And he kind of like gestures over to Genevieve and Paloma.
He just rolls his eyes. Is it that you care, or you don't want it on your conscience if something bad happened? You would feel as if you were responsible.
I don't feel bad for much. Done a lot of bad things. But I don't regret them. It's just the way that I was. And it changed me and made me who I am now. And
Yes.
to just be a emotionless rock is not the way I want to be. And I want to say I'm sorry for not trusting you. I'm very protective of Genevieve.
It is fine, I get it. Things were said. And, you know, I had hoped that maybe we had gotten this little problem sorted a while back. And all was well. But after all of this, well, I'm not so sure anymore.
What do you mean?
Can't remember if you were there, but I was talking to Altrix at one point, back when he wasn't so terrible. And I was having issues feeling like I didn't exactly belong within this group. I wasn't, you know, needed. And how it felt as if I could easily be replaced by anyone else. But yeah, he talked to me and convinced me that, you know, I was wrong. And I felt fine for a while, but then two of the people I have been around the longest, Paloma and Vellmon, they tell me, Sizik, do not stop using the one thing that makes you different than everyone else. It is bad. It sucks. I mean, it is the one thing that I feel as if sets me apart than every other person who is capable of magic. And I am told, the many times it has come in handy are nothing, because every now and then something bad might happen. Don't do it. So then what is my purpose? Why be here at all? I provide nothing else. I do the same thing without the risk.
You don't provide nothing else.
And then I try to go and apologize to Genevieve, and she tells me, just leave, Sizik. Oh, great. I was trying to do the right thing. Great.
I don't know if it makes you feel better, but she did the same to me. But
Okay, but you didn't do anything wrong.
that's the point.
The difference is I tried to make up for what I had done, but even that felt like it was the wrong decision. It feels like everything I do is the wrong decision. Okay, I've messed up in the past, but folks will not let me live it down.
The way I
Just
see it,
tired.
yeah. I think a lot of people expect you to know more, even though you're so young. And that's not fair. You're more than just what you provide. You're a friend. Somebody to be there.
Because
And
there
among
are
the
not
people-
many other of those.
Not for me. And you were not one of the people that were quick to doubt me and Genevieve. And I didn't forget that. Come back.
For what? To go and mess up again? To just sit around and be boring? Do magic. That's just the same as every other person who can do it. Look, I'm sorry. I messed up. I get it. Okay, it was an accident. I tried to apologize. It feels as if it doesn't matter what I do, what I try. It's all the same.
I get that. It's gonna take some time for Genevieve, obviously. For all of us, again, she's hurting. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You've seen a lot of bad shit. But that doesn't mean that you're bad.
Then why do people act like it does?
Because they're hurting too. Because why did I jump on you? Because the woman
You
that
are
I
doing
love,
it to protect her. I get where you are coming from. But also, it's hard to feel largely important to the people that you care about dearly when it felt as if that this was a much larger issue than what happened with that stupid plant. Yeah, we barely even blinked an eye after the fight with that thing. Sure. Genevieve, I gave her scar on shoulder. It was not intentional. But that is nothing more than an unfortunate look. She's still fully intact.
you're
but-
not.
But who? Huh? Did we stop and feel sorry for ourselves? And he'll reach up and pop the magical eye out of his socket. Huh? Did we stop and sulk around because this happened? No, we kept moving. Huh? We went to try and get my leg fixed up. Had to take Altrix to build a new one. But did we stop? No. Look, I get it. Okay, people hurt. But how am I supposed to feel equal when this was a huge deal, but all of that? Oh, no, it's nothing. Get
Genevieve's
fixed
gonna-
right up and keep moving.
Genevieve's gonna look at Paloma, looking at him taking his eye out. At which point do we walk over there? Because he's taking prosthetics off at this point.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Marek has to talk to him by himself. And the last time I talked to him, he stormed off, so.
Probably right. If he pulls the leg off, I think we gotta walk over there. Just saying.
I think if he pulls off a limb that isn't detachable, then we should worry.
Okay. Alright, I can live with that.
You know, I wasn't there for that, and so I don't know much about that, and it sucks, to put it lightly. And I can't speak for the rest of the group because you've known them longer than I have, but I can only speak for me. And maybe that's not enough, but I care about you. You're a good kid with
So-
spark. Yeah.
Right.
Everything good?
I'm just gonna kind of usher them over, like the head nod, you know.
Paloma will approach and, I don't know, start like fussing over Sizik, making sure that he's all in 3 pieces. Why are you here? Are you okay?
Just somewhere where I couldn't mess anything else up. Somewhere where things were much simpler.
Simpler? We robbed this place from the previous tenant, and then were almost assassinated the first night that we slept there. And then Altrix turned the oven into, like, I don't... Your definition of simple
Sure,
might be
but-
different than mine.
Yeah, sure, but there was no evil groups, there was no loss of limbs, there was no dead Evidin. Owen was here. Things were still not as horrible. There was no war. There was no Azazal. All of these problems, they were not things we were thinking about.
No, we weren't thinking about
It
them,
was
but...
before I had to fake my death for a mistake that I tried to make right. And where did that lead me?
I mean, they still let you open a bank account. But all of those things, I'll give you Evidin and Owen, right? But obviously there was still an evil group. We were attacked in the building the first night we were there. And I'll bet that's probably the same evil group that we're dealing with now.
I am sure it is. I do not feel that you are wrong there, but
And I know a ton has happened since then, but... I don't know, I don't... Well, what do you want? You know, I can't do anything. Your grandma dictates everything that happens, apparently, and this is so if she doesn't change anything, and if you don't change anything, this is what's fucking supposed to happen.
well, it's possible it wasn't supposed to happen in the first place, and I merely just made it occur. So yes, as we said, it is my fault.
That's not what I said.
It's most assuredly what I had heard.
Well, that's not what I meant. So, if that's how it came across, I'm sorry, but I didn't mean it was your fault.
But it was. I was bored. I messed around, and then it happened. And, you know, it's fine, okay? I made a mistake. But then you and Vellmon, you tell me, don't do that anymore. And like I was telling him, I feel as if that's the only thing that makes me stand out in comparison to anybody else who casts magic. What is the difference at that point if I do not use that power granted to me than any other wizard or sorcerer that there is out there?
I don't know. I don't see what the need is to stand out. When you stand out, people notice you. And it's sometimes bad people
It
notice
makes
you.
my standing out, to me, it makes me feel as if my being here is necessary, or at least more valuable than simply just feeling as if I could be replaced by anybody else who knows magic.
I could be replaced by anyone else who can punch and kick. Altrix can be replaced by his mom. Like, Vellmon can be
Or
replaced...
whatever doppelganger is clearly pretending to be Altrix.
Sure. Genevieve can be replaced by a self-playing piano. We're all, like... Marek literally replaced Owens. We are all
But they are
replaceable.
not the same.
We are all... In the grand scheme of things, we are all replaceable. We are all expendable. We are clearly don't matter to anybody, but each other. You know, we're here because we're all here. I don't know how to make you feel better. This is a lot more complicated than, you know, helping you go back to sleep after a nightmare. I would love to tell you that none of it was real, that it was all a dream, and that if you go back to sleep, you'll be fine. But I don't know how. Things are, like you said, so much more complicated, and I don't know what to do about anything. Ever. And so, like, I'm sorry if I made you feel like I didn't want you here, or like I thought... I'm sorry. Can you please come home? I really hate this building.
Alright. I kinda miss it.
I don't.
Alright, fine. I'll come back.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Do you need to do anything else here before we go?
No.
I do,
Go.
actually. While we're here. Since you asked so nicely, thank you. Sizik, as you say that you miss this place, again, a place of good memories. You look down, kind of all four of you really standing here. There, of course, no one lives here, to your knowledge. There is a pile of letters, most of which are marked in red letters that say warning, foreclosure imminent. But amidst that stack of letters, there is today's copy of the newspaper. And I will go ahead and give that to you guys.
You made another
Oh boy.
newspaper?
I did make another newspaper, actually. Yeah. There we go. All right, you guys can check references. It is in there. Enjoy your newspaper.
I love nationalist propaganda. It's my favorite.
Hey!
thing to do.
It's not propaganda, fully.
I mean,
Nothing
my
is
guy,
ever-
this is propaganda.
It either is propaganda or it isn't. There is not a scale.
No, there are parts of it that could be propaganda, and some of it's not.
It's not propaganda. If
My
you
guy,
believe
this is propaganda. Something can't be partially propaganda.
That's fine. If anybody wants to read it out loud, you're certainly welcome to do that. I know I mentioned that in the past, but if you guys don't want to do that, you're also welcome to do that too.
Print edition 17, volume 6, issue 3. A coin and quill enterprise reporting from the Hex district. Headlines from the heart of Provenere. Oh, only 4 copper. Oh, that's very nice. Established 7314. Okay, hold on. This says war! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! A continental disagreement in Hestara! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Owens is forbidden from reading anymore. You're not even here. You don't even have access to this.
We hear Altrix read it in our heads.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's just the voice that we all hear in our heads.
Yeah. He wrote this.
He's our narrator.
It's his propaganda.
It's Altrix's propaganda, actually.
All right, I can read it if you want.
Thank you, Anna.
First off, they put the month on here wrong. It's supposed to be Urim. As of last week, the Union of Fenere and Escapia are officially at war after talks to remove the Escapian blockade of the port of Hestara and the river Hestara failed to be agreed upon by Fenere's Admiral Thicket and Escapia's Zeralith Basenia Rainwatch. Escapia's refusal to lift the blockade led the Fenarian navy to respond with cannon fire. The city of Hestara has also been under partial siege from catapult attacks across the river, and fatalities have already been reported. The Fenarian navy has halted all merchant routes in the area and placed restrictions and warnings on travel and trade through the Narrows. Shockingly, Admiral Thicket returned to Oshia to be appointed as acting chancellor, an abrupt change from Fenere's previous leadership under the governance of Chancellor Namigath. The Aquatoria is expected to release a statement soon, but has not yet done so. Continued on page 2. Economic impacts of the war in Hestara. With trade routes... This is... Mason. With trade routes closed from Lake Fenorbia and in parts of the Narrows, our local economists anticipate drastic impacts on global trade to Fenere, Escapia, and Unipol. Of current concern is the large supply of Arcanus ore from Extalis that cannot ship due to the conflict, continued on page 2. If these are all continued on page 2, why couldn't they put a whole story on the front? Just half the story
That's
on the
not
front,
how
half the
newspapers
story
work.
on page 2.
No, that's how newspaper they get you started on the first
Yeah, they
page.
get you started
and they
they
want
you
put
to
the rest
Clickbait
later.
newspapers?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how they work.
Ridiculous.
How else are you going to know the story you want to read if it's on page 5, if you're going to pick it up from a stall?
Oh, hey,
They put all the stories on the front.
Genevieve, this one's for you. Join the Gilded Order. Despite some of the Gilded Order deployed to Hestara to aid in the war efforts, the righteous Ethrenius assures us that protection will continue and the Gilded Order is here to preserve the peace and prosperity of our city. Recruitment opportunities for able-bodied citizens to join the Gilded Order continues, and the Gilded Order has announced 1,000 gold piece bonuses for those who sign 5-year contracts.
I'll let Jean know.
The Gilded Order is also preparing to launch its next initiative, the Order of the Defense, aiming to train elite defenders to better protect our city, continued on page 3.
Wait, hold on. How many days are in a year again? 400?
400, yes.
So that averages across the 5 years half a gold piece a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bonus, though. That's not your paycheck.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's not that big.
You also have
and
to stick
you know
around
that
for
shit is
5
released in
years to get that.
installments.
I have a plan on how I'm gonna cash.
Oh my
that
gosh.
out.
It's not given to you straight up.
It's propaganda, but
Hey! Can I share my idea before we continue?
Sure, go ahead.
Yep.
Yes.
Share your idea so I can tell you how it's not going to work.
Listen.
it's not even here.
Listen. So, when I was Jean and I was trying to sign up and they needed blood, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm just going to like take a syringe and start like behind random people in the street and just sucking their blood out with the syringe, start collecting them, put them in a bag, and then I'm gonna collect 10 syringes, and then I'm just gonna keep disguising as different people going in and somehow have them take that blood and not my blood. So then I'll get like 10,000 gold pieces, like easy
So-
peasy.
What part of you assumes that they're just giving the 1,000 gold pieces up front?
It's like the military. You have to satisfy a certain amount of time.
Here's the thing:
or
A,
whatever. Go
it's
through gilded
gonna be
order
released in
basic
installments.
training.
B, you're gonna get
Then
it
after that,
throughout
you don't even get your gilded order BAH. So then you
Yeah.
just got
If you have
just get
any
fucked immediately. So
dismeritorious
actually,
conduct,
at the
it's
end of your
revoked.
5-year
Mhm.
contract, you get a taxed 1,000 gold. So it's really
Yeah.
like 700.
Again, that's only
if you
if
die,
you
your
don't
family
do
does not
anything
get it.
that allows them to revoke it.
Yes.
Any dismeritorious conduct, such as being found out to have lied on your application, bam, gone, none, 0. You owe
Again,
them
all
1,000 gold
of
coins.
this is a voice that is Genevieve is hearing inside her head. You know, another one.
Yeah, Owens
No,
and
put
Will
Altrix.
appear in Genevieve's head, and
Genevieve, this
That
is
was
not a good
Arcane
idea.
and-
this is how they fucking get you!
Genevieve thinks it's a great idea that would totally work.
They got too many of my friends, man! Don't do it!
Chancellor
Flo, we can
Namagoth
keep reading.
presumed dead. Circumstances have not confirmed, but rumors have spread of her disappearance. Fractioning factions. Factions are gaining... Mason.
Yes.
Factions are gaining traction.
Yeah.
In the
Factions
city,
getting traction.
and with the Gilded Order spread thinner than before, an uptick in faction violence and turf wars is also being observed. A blue dragonborn was spotted.
I'm really talking about
Citizens are reminded to stay safe and report any criminal activity, such as the blue dragonborn who killed 18 people.
So Provenary is literally Minneapolis.
Maybe.
Looming lunar legend. Mysteries abound regarding the fall and subsequent fixation of our largest moon, Felro, and the formation of a golden ring. Even the best scientists are perplexed. The
Concomitant.
renewal of the Nexus has stumped arcanists, though no issues seem to have arisen as of yet. The Hex Tribune is printed twice weekly on Haku and Dragonba. Find your copy of the Hex Tribune at a
Anna,
local
that's my part.
retailer. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, narrator.
The Hex Tribune is printed twice weekly on Haku and Dragonba. Find your copy of the Hex Tribune at a local retailer. Have questions? Come. Talk to us at the Hex Management Office in Provenary's Hex District. Have a news report? Write to us. Exclamation point.
Y'all are never getting a handout ever again. I'm done.
So
You know what? You know what? Go ahead. Go Sizik. Go ahead.
Altrix, you die.
Well, about that article, that blue dragonborn is Altrix.
That's
It's
not
not
actually in there. I improv that. I'm sorry. I thought we
Oh,
were all
oh.
reading it and would all know that is not.
No, I
actually
was
in
listening because I'm eating.
there.
Fair.
It's not
No,
actually.
I
in
was
there.
literally listening. Oh, okay.
That's funny. That's
None of
funny.
us know
Let's
that
be
Altrix
real.
murdered
Blue
18
Dragonborn
people.
killing a bunch of people, that is low stakes compared to the moon fell.
You have to turn to page 2 for that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on page 2.
The
So no one fell.
obituaries. In the obituaries, there's just 18 shopkeepers who.
18 random citizens killed by random lightning attack.
Yes. John Johannesson.
And 4 men killed by unknown object of high velocity.
Crazy. Absolutely wild.
Think we
Well.
all go back. Yeah.
You think I could sell this for 4 copper?
Hold on to it. Altrix
Okay.
may want it.
I mean, I could get you to sell it for more than that.
Yeah, you think you could sell this for this paper that's labeled 4 copper pieces for more than 4 copper pieces?
Oh yeah, I could at least get a gold piece for that.
Jeez Louise, okay.
That's a big upcharge.
I mean, you can get a copy of the newspaper anywhere. I kind of want to see you sell this for a gold piece.
I could do it. Or at least I could try.
Do it.
Find a random person. Find a random person. I'll try. What's the worst that could happen?
That guy.
They did kill you.
All right, we look over.
Hi, you pointed at me?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I just thought you'd be the type of person that would love a big break.
Okay.
I mean, times are hard. And I have a really great investment for you.
Alright.
Do you see this? This paper right here?
Yeah, the Hextech rune printed on Haku
Yeah.
Dragonba? Yep.
Yes, yes. Have you ever written to them before?
I have not.
Oh, then you wouldn't know this. But I do, because I've written to them before. You know, they usually don't make mistakes in misprint. But this one, they made a little mistake. And I bet you, in a few months from now, this is going to be a pretty pricey copy of this issue. And
what's the mistake?
I mean, do you see this little marking right here? It's not supposed to look like that. And before he can really look at it too hard, I'm just gonna kind of bring it down. Be like, look, I bet you. I mean, it's only what, 4 copper pieces for a copy of this paper, but from a year from now, I bet you can make some great investment, and it'd be like 10 copper. I mean, not 10 copper, 10 gold pieces. Just a little.
It's museum-worthy stuff. 10 gold pieces. Wow.
That's pretty nice. And really, honestly, I have no room. I've got a hoarder family. It'll get lost and everything. But I do want to make a little bit of money now. But I'm willing to be generous and give it to you for a gold piece.
Mason.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I think I have subtle. Yeah, I'm gonna subtle cast message
To him or to Genevieve?
to him.
Okay.
Don't listen, she's lying to you.
Okay. Noted. Genevieve, you'll give me a performance check or a deception check.
He just hears a random voice. He may just be a random civilian who knows not too much about magic, and he hears voices in his head now.
Yep.
Because of that, if he starts talking about the voice he's hearing, I'm gonna make him think he's crazy. I'm gonna ruin his life right now because of that. He's never gonna trust himself again. If he believes, if he says a voice in my head told me.
Spread. Wow.
Hold on, I gotta roll for this real quick. Let me lock in. Performance or deception?
Yep, either one.
Alright. I can rock with that, maybe. I got a nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice. Sizik, I rolled insight with advantage, thanks to your guidance. The first roll was a natural 1. The second roll was also a natural 20. So we'll be doing rollies.
Oh my god.
Straight roll, Genevieve. No modifiers.
Okay, which I rolled a 17.
Fate can't win every time. That's another natural 1.
Oh my god, Mason.
Okay.
Look, man, alright, I tried. I was like, well, that sucks.
That dice.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna put it aside. It's an uncolored gray dice, so it's a band. Yeah, I don't really have a gold piece to spare, but like, yeah, it seems like a big investment. I can give you like 6 copper pieces. That's like all I'm carrying on me right now.
Honestly, bud, I'm just gonna give you the paper. Sounds like you really need this more than I do.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
People
definitely
do
take
care.
it
My
to the
wife will be
library
delighted
or
to
the-
know.
Yep, let her know that you've got a big investment in your hands. 1 year later, try to sell that bad boy. You'll get some
Noted.
good money.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I really
And don't
appreciate
don't forget who gave it to you.
I don't even know your name.
Genevieve.
Genevieve. Got it. Okay, thank you.
You just ran a
remember,
man for his last
my own-
6 copper.
I didn't even take it.
His lunch money.
If I see you and I need a little something, I might call on you.
Noted. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one, buddy.
He just takes the paper and like runs off, looking very joyous that he is acquired this paper for free.
Do we have a second paper?
No, there's not a second page. Will, don't look so upset.
We will never know what it says on page 2.
Genevieve's
Or three.
gonna go to Paloma. She's gonna just walk straight to Paloma. Did you hear that? He was totally willing to give me the gold piece, but like, he don't got it like that right now. So.
You know what? I'll
But he
give
would-
you
he totally
a little
would.
bit of credit for being able to talk him into it. Because
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of on me for picking a guy who didn't have a gold piece on him.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
are in the neighborhood that has a closed bakery in it.
Yep. These people are
We should-
poor. One goal is a lot of money.
It's about to ruin his life.
I mean, not really. You got a free paper. You didn't have to buy it.
I was
Is there
going-
still like
if-
chunks of tree left outside?
No, at this point, they've cleaned it up by now, but
Okay.
it's all right.
I can't
Okay.
believe we did. I can't believe we did rollies just for that.
I know. I mean, that was a very interesting experience. Natural 1 and a natural 20. You don't see that very often. Yeah, we love it. Yeah. Okay. Well, as all of you head back to the coastal chateau, Sizik, will you make a wisdom save for me?
No. I don't want to. Don't make me. No.
I'm sorry. You have to.
Fuck.
Sizik is now also a fish like Altrix.
Yeah, that's what's
fuck.
going on.
You have become
Luck
enfished.
point. Fuck.
Okay.
That wasn't useful.
I could
I use
swear
a
you were
luck
gonna
point.
say luck point again.
Honestly, the world hates me. I rolled a 2 and a 3. So that's a total of 3.
All right, great. If you'll please direct your your attention to the message I just sent you, and you can go ahead and start that whenever you're ready.
Sizik, you are dead.
Ugh.
On the way back to the coastal chateau.
On the way back, Sizik needs a break, at least the one that's alive, and then he splits in half. Good job. All right, that's wraps.
No, that is
No,
not.
Will.
Will's like,
No, I'm kidding. No,
You motherfucker. I actually believe that.
no. He kind of begins floating again, like he has a couple times in the past, and his eyes and mouth begin to glow as a voice emanates from not his, regular area, but rather it sounds as if the voice is coming from deep within.
God damn it. not
1 to death, 2 for woe, 3 a place that you should forego, 4 is best, 1 read from right, never start ahead of night.
Is he still a possessed blood, or did he become unpossessed after that?
Shortly after that, he gets back to the ground. It's like, Will.
You have got to
That
tell her to stop
happened
doing
again?
that. That is so obnoxious. Clearly
It
not comfortable.
can come in handy, right?
Surely there is a better way for her to give us information.
Maybe.
She's so pretentious.
So what does any of that mean?
No idea.
Mason, are you going to send that to us?
I am going to send it to you.
Thank
Thank you. You are welcome.
In fact, actually, having no idea what any of them means is quite common. They are usually very cryptic.
Actually, you might not know what it means, but Marek and Genevieve might. And if you guys will make a history check, that would be really helpful.
Oh,
I had a
damn.
feeling this was coming.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Don't like that it relates
14.
to them. What could it be?
14? Okay.
What could it mean?
Genevieve, what was that? Michelle, you're good.
I'm sorry. I got excited. 19.
19,
I don't
okay.
ever roll good for history.
That's totally fine. Marek and Genevieve, both of you have heard this before. Now, Marek, you didn't pay a lot of attention to other things outside of the objective of missions when you were working with your previous organization. So you're like, I remember hearing that vaguely, but I don't quite remember like what it was in relation to. Genevieve, you were a little bit more in tune during that particular overhearing of this particular phrase, this exact phrase, actually. And you know that it is in reference, this is the only piece of knowledge you could possibly glean from this, that you are aware that it's in reference to Bolthon. That is one of Azazul's colleagues. And perhaps the one that resides in Extalis.
For Wolfon, oh yes, I have notes on him.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I had overheard this phrase, if you will, is there any context? Like, I remember if it was said like hush hush, it was like, what kind of people were saying it? Were they kind of higher status? What was the vibe?
Yes. I think with the 19, you recall that it was Quinny and one of the other lieutenants that you know is not currently alive. They died in a mission at some point in the last several years. But you know that Quinny and this other individual were speaking in quite hushed tones. This is not per se a passphrase. It is instead a clue of great importance, but you're not quite sure why or what it would be used for, but you just know it's a clue for something.
Okay. I will remember that. And she is going to, for now, not say anything about it, but she does intend on bringing it back up to the group.
Wow.
Wait, upon further recollection, that does sound familiar. I don't know where, though.
Well, you would be right. It's very familiar. But probably not something we should all talk about here. Let's get back to the chateau, and there's a few things I remember that would apply to everything that just happened to you, Sizik.
All right.
All right, and as the four of you begin your return to the chateau, we resume with Altrix and Raylan Vost at Gnome Depot. Yo, what's up, Gnome Slice? What can I do for you today, my most valuable customer?
Oh, I didn't know I held that title.
Yeah, you're in the top 10% of our buyers now, and we're actually going to upgrade your membership to Gnome status.
What does that do?
You get 2% off of all your purchases, and you get to wear a hat when you're in the store that says Honorary Gnome. That's exactly what it is.
I see. Okay.
Sorry. We don't have a lot of people that make the top 10%, of course. So also you have access to the catalog, the big catalog.
The catalog?
The big catalog of gnomes.
Big catalog.
Are you going to elaborate more on that, or...?
Only if you request to see the big catalog.
Can I see the big catalog?
Of course, right this way, sir. and he leads you towards this is like a big warehouse basically, and leads you up a set of side stairs, kind of like the offices that overlook on the second floor, look down, and leads you into the
Gross, get a room.
yeah, the employees only. Shut up, Anna. The employees only section of Gnome Depot, and takes you into a back room, and it there is a small poster that's plastered on the door, and it is simply a cat sitting on a log, and you're supposed to infer what that is in reference to, because obviously you're in the top 10% of customers. Your gnome status. And as you walk in here, this is a very large tome that you can. It looks almost ancient, though you're very certain that every Gnome Depot has one of these, so it can't possibly be that old. Someone just made it look that way. And as he walks you in here, he passes you off to a different gnome. This is Larry. He'll be taking care of you from here, sir. And this gnome exits. Yo, Gnome Slice. My name's Larry. I run the catalog, the big catalog. We have, of course, as Gnome Depot, we sell all kinds of home goods, gnome goods, all the things in between, everything you could possibly need for any project ever. But for our highest paying customers and only our top 10% that are gnome status, we allow them to peruse our other selection of items, which is our more, well, elitist, I suppose, is the word we would use to describe what we offer here. But we offer additional products to our highest paying customers.
Okay. Again, what kind of products?
May I direct your attention, sir, to the big catalog? And then he hands you a magnifying glass. You'll need this to read it, sir.
No, thank you. He hands it back, just kind of toggles his goggles.
Yeah, sure. Raylan Voss is what the hell is happening? And as you look over...
I'm surprised they let her in here.
Yeah, I know. Special guest, I guess, +1.
It's like Costco.
Yeah, you can always have one extra person. Altrix, again, there are certain rewards that exist in game for if you can shop at one place for so long, especially these big chain stores that exist. Corporate America, corporate Alethea. Why not? And as you are looking at very fine print, I mean, it's probably size 2 point font, basically. These are hundreds of pages of massive industrial projects that you could purchase. We're talking airships, battleships, siege weapons, fortresses. You can buy all kinds of stuff from Gnome Depot. And they're all very pricey, but hey.
Altrix has only spent a couple hundred gold pieces here, so it's what the fuck? Okay. Is there an index on this?
Oh yes, sir. Page 1 through 4, I believe.
Okay. This probably C. Okay, here. One sec. Is it? Oh no, because it's under. Oh, is it not? Oh, there's also, I need to probably check linkages. Hold on. Yeah, okay, I just need to get some chain.
So this is not the catalog that you want to be looking at. We have smaller catalogs out in front that have chain in them.
I mean, it's here though.
Right, of course. Those are the super massive chains that we sell.
Oh, I think I've seen these before.
Yes, that 150 marker on there, that's the size per link.
Gotcha. I think I recall these. I saw the branding. Our friend was almost crushed by one of these.
Hey, yeah, probably so.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, one moment. I guess. Hold on. I need to check something. Need to find where I wrote it down. Here. see. Actually, in regards to these large chains, do y'all do installations of these?
Yes, sir.
I take it, predominantly these are used on like floating objects, things of the like.
Yes, that has been the only particular commissions we've had for these such things.
How
yes.
often do y'all get commissions for these?
Not very often.
Not very often. I would figure as such.
No, only when kingdoms need to build something big.
Gotcha. Well, I just thought, while I may not be in the business of this per se, there's an item I'm looking for that's only found on some floating islands. And I figured, maybe if, for whatever reason y'all got, commissioned or, for whatever, I could maybe, maybe not officially business as far as with Gnome Depot, but just, person to person, I would pay to have such an item recovered.
We don't typically do scavenging, but I'm sure
that's
we can find one of our contracts that could...
As a business, I know that's not your thing, but as a person, I would pay you if maybe y'all were out there, whoever got it back, I would
yes,
pay
sir,
good
yes, sir.
money.
I fully understand. Yes.
Gotcha.
If that comes available, we could probably work something out.
Either way, y'all have our address on file, so should someone ever order this, just shoot me a message, let me know, and I'll be sure to contact with further details on that.
Right, we'll make sure to write you a letter.
That'd be amazing, great. Outside of that, I don't think I need anything from the big catalog at this time. Although this trebuchet does look interesting, I will come back to that one.
Yes, sir. It comes in 6 different sizes, actually.
Yes, I was looking at the... tell me, do y'all do installation on these as well?
Oh, we can do installation on anything. It is an extra surcharge, of course, but...
yeah, of course. Just, quick question regarding the legality of, owning some of this stuff, especially depending where you put it, right? I know I had a Gilded Order person tell me I can't have a ballista on my, watchtower. And I'm like, that's insane. I'm a free citizen. I have a right to defend my home.
Yes. Sir, everything between you and the legalities of whatever system you're working in is between you and them. Gnome Depot does not particularly find ourselves involved in the legal affairs of such matters.
Gotcha. Just wanted to make sure, in case I do go to do something, so basically, y'all are not responsible for warning me, hey, this is against the rules of wherever. It's not y'all's business at all. Gotcha. Just wanted to clarify that.
Yes.
In that case, I guess I'll just make my way back downstairs to buy, 480 feet of chain.
Right. Sure. Yes, you return Raylan Voss on the way down the steps.
Altrix has a hat that's poorly fitting because of his horns.
Yeah.
That just says, I became gnome status and all I got was this stupid hat.
What just happened, Altrix?
Altrix gonna insight check what the fuck just happened. That's a 4. And just walk down the stairs.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think you need to insight it. I think a general intelligence check would suffice, actually.
General intelligence? Okay.
Or wisdom. I'll give you different results for either one, but...
We'll do intelligence. Wisdom is bad.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, general intelligence, 20.
20. I think as you start to put 2 and 2 together, you realize that Raylan Vost is a very prominent figure that doesn't just walk into any shop. Even though she is not currently employed for the Fenarian government anymore, the Provenarians don't know that. And perhaps they didn't just upgrade you because you're a top membership. Perhaps it was a courtesy to a high-ranking political official in their mind.
Average worker at Gnome Depot knows the Chancellor's secretary?
I am not saying that. That is all the information I'm going to give you based on a 20. If you'd rolled higher, there's more information to find. But
who
perhaps
the fuck knows the secretary?
Perhaps the better question is, why does Gnome Depot know the secretary of...
Gnome Depot is a defense contractor as a part-time.
Perhaps! Maybe so.
Okay, they're like, what is it? General Motors. Fucking
Yeah.
just also making Gatling guns and shit.
Yeah, over here we build houses, we have furniture, we have yard supplies, and over here is our nuclear bomb.
Yeah, the Texas Instruments. Alright, here's where we make our calculators, and over there is an anti-tank missile launcher.
Don't worry about that. Totally fine.
Okay, I guess I'll just go buy 480 feet of chain.
Okay. I believe you have the prices for chain, correct?
No, hold on. I can get it though. Steel chain, 2 feet is oh my god, 2 feet? Alright, hold on.
480 divided by 2. 200.
So 240, yeah.
40, yep.
240 gold for this? Honestly, it's gonna be worth it.
I mean, yeah, for 150 foot long.
Well, here's the thing: each grappling
hook
hook is worth 500 gold pieces. So
yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll buy 240 gold pieces worth of chains.
Now, sir, we do have to, of course, warn you that this is a bit heavy to move. Would you like us to deliver this as well? We already have a pending order for your estate for a new dining table.
Do you know the estimated arrival date on the dining table?
Should be within the next few days.
Next few days? No, that's not good. I'll just take the chain now.
All right, fair enough. Just put it in like a massive crate and just like push it out to you. All yours, sir.
Cool. I'll be right back. I'll just take it in the siphon.
Yeah. Sure. It's a cool trick you got there, sir.
Yeah, it's a cylinder of holding. New item. Very cool.
Fascinating. Well, catch you later, Gnome Slice.
Hold on. Oh, it's on one-time use. Okay. Yeah, no, I won't use that yet. I get a free G pass with the hat.
Absolutely terrible. Well, Altrix, you and Vellmon return to the coastal chateau, and all of you reconvene as we move into the late hours of the morning. It's about probably 11 a.m. or so when all of you arrive back at the coastal chateau.
I guess Altrix is just cramming 120 more feet of chain into these grappling.
Yep. In the living room.
Yep.
Are we all together right now?
Yes, you are all together now.
About that prophecy thing that you said earlier, Sizik. You know?
What?
He had another one of his stupid floating.
Fucking sorcerers.
It's not him. It's his stupid grandma. Anyways, he said some cryptic shit.
Yeah. Well, I actually am a little familiar with this one. I'm not really much of a prophecy person. I don't even really know if I believe it. But I actually heard that exact phrase when Marek and I were working in the organization and all. There was a lieutenant, well, our lieutenant, who also abandoned us in the Frostbitten Waste when all of our team died violently. Quinny, and then there's some other lieutenant she was speaking with, but they're dead now, so I don't remember who they are taken care of. but I remember them saying that exact phrase to each other. And it was in reference to this guy that we refer to him as the Shovel. His real name is Wolfan. I don't even know if Marek, do you remember the Shovel, Wolfan?
Nah.
I don't think we ever really met him. But Will, you're gonna have to mute your mic. Like we didn't know him personally at all, but he's one of Azazal's associates, and he's based in Extalis. And what he's doing or did there, last time I heard of him, he was overseeing resource exports. And he definitely has a reputation among our organization, or the old organization. But anywho, yeah, didn't think I could really be helpful on this one, but I don't know why your grandmother would be sending you that, but it doesn't not make sense, I guess.
So, another reason to go to Extalis?
It would seem like it, yeah.
Yeah, but we still have to wait 4 days for our meeting.
What's the meeting about again?
I don't remember.
They didn't say. They just said we should meet.
Who?
I don't remember.
All the people who aren't duplicates.
Oh. Okay. Is this another one of those meetings that Marek and I should sit out on, or are we included?
I guess you're included.
Okay. I mean, I can put the top hat on if I need to. I don't know if Jean is much better than me. I mean, we can figure that out when that gets there.
I don't know if they'll want someone there that they don't recognize. And I think they've at least seen you, like, once. But I don't remember.
Why
Paloma
don't
has
you
a stroke.
remember? Are you good? I mean, you've said that you don't remember like 5 times.
Oh, did I? I forgot.
Say
Listen,
it.
Paloma gets. I'm not gonna. Paloma gets
I
hit in
don't
the head
remember.
a lot, okay? So.
Only if you had Cortexic in your brain, and then I can ask him oranges or beaches.
Oh, speaking of, I couldn't talk to Cortexic when you were turning into a snake. So, give me a second. Hey, Cortexic, are you, like, okay in there? Or did Genevieve turning into a snake delete you because you're occupying the same part of her brain that the snake part was occupying?
How do you answer a yes or no question when there's a yes and a no?
First half of the question. Can you still hear me?
Oranges.
Okay.
Is oranges yes?
Oranges is yes.
Okay.
Oranges.
Okay.
I taste orange juice.
Okay. Did the snake part turning on affect you in the long term in any capacity?
Can't answer that.
Why?
Because that's not as simple as a yes or no question. You didn't give
That feels like a yes.
Paloma, you didn't give Cortexic the ability to say I don't know. It's yes or no. There's no I don't know.
Well, I can give it to him now, okay?
You can do that.
I don't know is going to be Chinchillas.
Chinchillas. Okay.
Specifically
Genevieve,
a
you-
cuboid chinchilla.
Yeah, Genevieve, you start thinking of a cubicle-shaped chinchilla. Like a poorly Minecraft rendered chinchilla.
See a little cubicle critter in my brain.
Okay, so Cortexic
What
does
is-
not know. Yes, I don't know.
Okay.
Paloma makes the system as complicated as possible for
Am
no
I
reason.
I can't remember how we set the terms here. Am I able to talk to Cortexic too, or is it just you?
Oranges.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah, it's in your head. You can talk at any time.
I kind of forgot. I think I purposely tried to forget that. But Cortexic is what had happened. The thing that you were talking to Paloma about my genetics and stuff.
Oranges.
I confirmed. That's what we thought. My genetic stuff. Or
Oh,
good
Cortexic.
old dad.
Do you know if it can be activated again? Or is this was it a one-time thing? Do you know if it can be activated again?
You have to ask one question at a time.
Shut the fuck up.
Oranges.
Yeah, it can. But also,
That's not no. That's
Okay,
not what the question was.
I asked,
They
do
know,
you know
if it can be. So
can it be
can
activated
it be activated again?
Oranges.
Okay.
also
Good kind of
Mason,
semantics, though. Yes, go
does
ahead.
Genevieve knows what I know based off of my character sheet.
That is
Or
correct. She has actually that's a fair portion. I think that's up to you really to go as far down the weeds as you want. I think Genevieve is aware that it could happen to her again if a certain
Yeah.
criteria was met.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we haven't all chatted since everything. Well, I mean, some of us have chatted a little bit, and others of us I kind of told to fuck off yesterday. But yeah, that was not like a one-off thing. That's a forever thing now. It's almost like I don't know. It almost feels like have y'all ever done a puzzle? You know, where you it's a bunch of it's a picture split into a bunch of little pieces, and they're all mixed up, and you're supposed to put them all together and make the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it kind of feels like that. It feels like there was some things that were kind of just kind of not missing. They were there. It just they weren't put all together yet, and now they're put together. But it's I could feel it's almost on my fingertips, the that change. I feel like if I really work towards it, I can control it a little bit better. But there's also a part of it that feels really true to just the not being able. It was an uncontrollable thing that happened to me, and so hence I don't really have control over it. But it's still me, so I kind of have control over it. I don't know. I guess I'm still figuring it out. I mean, it happened yesterday, so. But anyhow.
Damn.
Cortexic. From your standpoint, was what had happened and the genetics and stuff. Is there anyone who's not with us? Is there any arcane, I guess, message, if you will, that was sent to anybody when that change took place?
A cubicle chinchilla appears in your mind.
That's not comforting. He doesn't know. Cortexic, would you be able to tell if it did?
Another cubicle chinchilla just
No.
bouncing around.
Cortexic, would you be able to tell if someone was able to find me?
Oranges, but they're unsure oranges.
They're cubicle
like-
oranges.
They're oranges, but they're like they're
Eating
cubed. Yeah,
oranges.
yeah. The chinchilla's like oranges.
Okay, I guess that's fine. He kind of thinks maybe he could.
I'm improvising here. I have 3
No.
options. Okay.
He's
Paloma has
very-
not given me anything else. There's so much
Well-
more we could do with this, but
Why
I'm
would
gonna-
we?
but why would we?
I'm gonna give him like
I need to write these down. Hold on.
Fuck off. Stop asking questions.
no, yeah. No, I was Mason. You don't have to write anything down. I was
I'm writing them down. It's okay.
joking that I was going to give him a letter of the alphabet so he could spell things out, but a different concept for every rather than just telling him to think.
I hate you so much. That's terrible. Why did you do that to me? I have to go through and imagine every different thing for a single letter to spell word.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And this is more.
I also
code, but
want
it's
make
so
sure
much
every
work.
concept has no relation to the letter.
Exactly. I'm not actually going to do that, Mason.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So the letter A is a child crying after his father was executed for treason. B is the concept of rain, but in that kind of slushy state.
Yeah, sweet.
Beaches. All beaches, Genevieve.
C
Cortexic,
is
if I
also
was-
a beach.
If I was able, so I guess the word for it's meditate. Could I find you in my mind? I mean, if I really got good at it or something.
Oranges.
Okay. Paloma? You know how to meditate, right?
Uh-huh.
This is very
No.
Yeah, we're gonna learn how to do that. So I don't have to taste oranges, see cubicle little creature things, and think of beaches just to understand what the fuck Cortexic wants to say. So that'll be a project for us because I'm getting a little bit
You
tired
know, at
of
any
that.
point, I'm pretty sure Cortexic could just make you think of the answer. And he has fully entered into the agreement that he will only make you think of oranges, beaches, and cubicle chinchillas.
I mean,
Because you're the
fully
supreme
real.
leader of Akaton, Paloma. I can't.
He was
That's
he
true,
was downloaded
he-
before I was the
That's true. That's true. So you don't have access to change that.
Yeah, I don't know
I
what the
change
fuck
it?
y'all are talking about. But I did finish this grappling gun. Does anyone want it?
A grappling gun?
Yeah.
Shit. It just like grapples onto things.
It shoots a grappling hook out.
Okay. Does anyone need that?
Take it if nobody wants it.
I have 4.
I'll take one.
Just tosses it at Marek.
I guess I'll
It's in
take
the party
another one.
inventory.
You'll be like some sort of man spider.
Well,
Oranges.
not exactly, because a spider would be able to climb up it, but you'd have to do that manually with this. It doesn't auto retract.
If I
I
jump
can climb
from
up
a
walls.
high
Does
place,
that make
I'm
me
more
a
like
man
a man
spider?
bat.
Well, no, because you are female. You would be female spider.
I'm also a bird.
Grappling
so I
guns
think
are
I'm
in
just
the
a
party
bird.
inventory.
Yo, why is my mom in the party inventory?
What?
Wait, what?
What?
She's for the party gang.
Yo, no, I
Over
need
there.
no, hell no.
Over there.
Genevieve's mom.
Genevieve's mom.
Oh, is that
30?
you?
Why is there 30 tabaxi men that are alive? And
No, that one makes a lot of
dead?
sense, but
There's also dead tabaxi men.
And just
Yeah, that
a
also makes sense.
rock.
Literally just a rock. Throw it as a distraction or study it like it means something. It costs 3 gold pieces? It's a
Rock.
rock!
It's a
Some
good
rocks are
rock.
valuable.
Fucking nice rock.
It's a cubicle
Mom weighs
chinchilla-shaped rock.
756 pounds.
Oh my god!
Who did
Genevieve, when have you
this?
been feeding your mom?
Who did this? I can't monitor everything for you guys, so. Well, that's lovely.
Yeah, I don't think I need
That's
one since
great.
I can already run applause.
I'm so cool, I can run up walls.
Yeah, but apparently I
I
can't
mean,
walk
I was
across
just gonna
snow, which is the
sell
more
anything
walkable
that-
version of water.
Shut up, Paloma.
I
Beaches.
mean, any
Beaches
y'all
to
don't
you.
use
No.
I can sell, so.
I almost had
What?
a newspaper for you to sell, but Genevieve gave it away for free instead.
You literally told me to.
I told you to sell it for 1 gold, and you said you could, and then you gave it away for free.
Kind of felt bad. He only had like 6 copper pieces, and that was like his life savings.
Why would
mean, I
anyone
thought I
pay
was
for the
broke.
news? You can just walk up to the stands and read it.
That
I could
is
steal it.
technically committing a crime, and I'm so proud of you.
Wait, that's a crime. Why?
Because you're supposed
It's
to
right
pay
there.
for it.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
that's
would you
just-
pay for information? Knowledge is free. It's like a library.
Yeah, but the government doesn't want knowledge to be free.
Then why would they build a college?
With a bunch of secret rooms that nobody's allowed into.
That's also college is not free.
And college is definitely not free.
What do you mean? I walk into them all the time.
We suddenly realized that Altrix is committing many, many crimes.
Great. I love
You
it.
just walk in, you sit down, and they talk knowledge at you. Like it's that simple.
You should tell your sister, Marek.
You're right.
She could have been doing it this whole time.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have had to spend a metric fuck ton of gold to put her through the rest of her college.
Life
or,
hacks with
or
Altrix.
better solution, maybe your brother could be alive.
I mean, I think no, because they talked about the little paper thing. I think you have to pay for the
You're
paper
like,
thing.
no.
No, better solution.
Yeah, the degree part.
Snap Shoney in half. In revenge.
Also, speaking of Shoney, Genevieve, Shoney has been with you the whole time since Vellmon.
Yo, you're telling me Vellmon did not pick up Shoney?
No.
No.
Literally,
No, in fact,
the
last
last
episode-
session, he was a full-on blind man.
Yeah,
got him a
Paloma had to
stick.
buy him a regular walking stick.
Why?
I don't
Because
know.
you
It
took
was a
he took
choice.
Shoney.
It was a choice.
Yo, what the hell? Genevieve
I'm just
is
here.
confused.
Don't look at me, okay? I'm just
Shoney,
another
I'm
gold.
gonna
Shoney,
we'll take you out on a girls' day. Just
I'm
I gotta
honored,
figure out some
actually.
shit.
Oh, Genevieve, if
Go
we
ahead.
go to a girls' day, can Ursi come?
Yeah, can Ursi go to a bar?
We could probably get her into a bar.
She could put the top hat on.
Okay. Hey,
Okay,
Altrix, we're gonna
yeah.
take your sister to a bar.
What kind?
I don't know.
Like a metal bar? Wood? I guess no. It implies
Like-
bar means metal.
Like one where we could
Or
watch a
tavern.
performance and drink alcohol.
Oh. I mean, yeah, if you're there.
It would be a good experience for her. I mean, I grew up in a brothel, so I mean, I turned out fine.
What's that?
That's the word we use for it. Fine.
I'll just
Common
say she
for,
did fine.
fine. Raylan Voss
find
looks
one
very
Altrix.
uncomfortable.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. I need to figure out,
Uh,
some things before we. When is that meeting?
4 days from now.
Yeah.
4 days, goddamn, we made no progress last week.
Absolutely. We literally made half a day of progress.
Yep. Actually, less.
All right.
We started at breakfast.
Yeah.
No, that
we
was
need
2
to-
sessions ago. We started at breakfast, and then last week we picked up
right.
at like 2 p.m. in the
2
afternoon.
p.m.
Yeah,
We need to
less
take
than
care
half
of
a
things.
day.
I'm probably going to spend most of tomorrow looking through the big catalog, seeing if there's anything good in that. So I'll leave y'all to it. You all have a good night.
It's 11 a.m. in the morning.
You're damn right. Altrix is going to sleep.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
But first, he does make a vial of acid.
Of course. Well, let me tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a break. We'll see you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere soon. We'll see you after this brief intermission. And welcome back. We return to the city of Provenere in the exact moment we left off. Lorem Ipsum in their living room of the coastal chateau, kind of dispersing after convening, or just reconvening for the day, leaving Genevieve and Marek in the chamber alone for a moment.
I wanted to talk to you just for a minute or two.
Go ahead.
I wanted to apologize for completely kind of disregarding you yesterday. I wasn't really. I regret doing that. Sorry.
Thanks. I get it. You weren't yourself.
It's not just that though. I know you don't need an explanation and it's fine, but I'd like to offer an explanation. If you have the time.
Of course.
I've always had this, not always. I've had this fear for a long time, that of like hurting people that I care about. And I stopped caring about people for a really long time. And now I care about people like more than I really care about anything else. And so yesterday was, I know I probably came off as like a real bitch, but it's just, I was really scared that I know that I didn't specifically hurt you, but I was really scared that I would try to if it happened again.
I know you care, Jen. You didn't have to say that.
Yeah, but it's... I know you know that, and we've talked about that, but it's more than that. I think it's more than that. And it's different than anything I've felt before. But the closest thing to that was and I haven't ever told you this, and I mean I haven't really told anybody this, because I mean who would I tell? But when I ran away from where I was living, obviously at my mother's business, there was this just random Mason boy. He some son of some Mason in Elatar Bay, and kind of grew up together a little bit, and we became friends, or at least I think, I mean, what I understood to be a friend at the time. And he promised me that he would take me away one day, and I liked him. I cared for him quite a lot, quite a bit, and he made good on his promise. And when I was 15, we ran away. We ran away together, and I thought that my life would change, and it did, because we didn't make it very far, and we were attacked, and he died. And I mean, as far as I know, he died. He didn't look like he would have survived that. And I escaped. I ran away, and I left him, and that was it. That was the last time I had really cared about someone in that way, and I swore I would never do that. I would never do that again. And but here I am, and there's our group, and I care about them, and there's you, and I really care about you, and then yesterday happened, and that feeling, that helpless, that out of control, that feeling happened again, and I never wanted to feel that again, and that's why I turned down your kindness yesterday. And I know I didn't need to explain that to you, but I didn't want to be the only person who knew about it anymore, and I don't want to keep pretending I don't care about you or anyone else. But yeah, just wanted to say that. So yeah.
First off, thank you. I know that wasn't easy. I know how hard it is to hold on to things that you may feel responsible for that you weren't actually. I feel that way about my brother. I hope that you can rest easy, and I'll cherish this secret and this moment more than you know.
Thanks. And I'm sorry still about Sareth.
We walked similar paths and we'll meet different ends. Hopefully. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate it.
Right, he's still learning how to hug. He's not really like super great at that yet, so he kind of just goes for an awkward kind of like side hug, kind of like awkwardly touching the shoulder a little bit, and then pats him. A lot more awkward than a side hug needed to be, and then just kind of just like, yeah, of course.
It's like when it's like when you're crying in front of someone that is like not comfortable in those situations. They go, oh, gross. Okay, oh no, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. But she'll kind of just like give you a little squeeze, and then I think they'll probably go their own way.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Genevieve, after finishing this conversation with Marek, you, if you would like to find Paloma, you may certainly do that.
I will be finding Paloma. Yes.
Great. Okay. Paloma, after breaking up from the rest of the group, where would you have gone for, the next 15 minutes or so?
I don't know, maybe like the training room or...
Okay. Sure, totally fine. Irsi is in here kicking ass while she's beating one of the training staff, like with a quarterstaff, just literally whacking him on the back, and he's like, "Wait, tap out!" And she's like, "No!" Keeps hitting him with a stick. And you just are here training. What would you like to do while in this space?
Well, Paloma explicitly does not tell Irsi to lay off.
Right, of course.
She encourages that behavior. But I think that she might be attempting to meditate again.
Okay. In the chaos of the training area, how would you like to start meditating?
I mean, she just sits in a corner and closes her eyes and expects that to do the trick.
Okay. Paloma, as you sit down next to, several these open-topped barrels with different practice weapons kind of stuffed into them, and as you sit down, kind of in that corner, you can still very much hear the chaos of Irsi wailing on this guy, and her fighting back. But what do you meditate on?
I think she tries to do the same thing she did last time. She is trying to... she's not outside. She can't see the stars. And it's daytime anyway. She wouldn't be able to see them. But she... I don't know. I think she might just be... At this point, she might just be trying to meditate on meditating again. This has never been something that she's good at. And she has nothing to focus on. And she is like Genevieve has asked her for help. So she's feeling a little bit like, oh, I have to get this right before.
Sure. And as you're really, really focusing on this, the door to the training room opens and Genevieve, of all people, steps through.
Yo, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, meditating.
Oh yeah, that's what I actually came here to ask you about that, because I know that you trained in the dojo and stuff, so I was gonna ask you some pointers, because I'm gonna try to chat with Cortuxic and kind of decipher that, so
I'll do my best.
Cool. So where should I start?
We should probably go somewhere else. It's a little loud in here.
Okay.
And you just hear a man begging for mercy.
Please stop! Please, it hurts! I can't out! No!
Do you have like a place that you like to go? I personally, like for example, like when I play my music, I like to go into, there's like this little stump in the woods that I like to go play music on.
Yeah, you know what? We could do that if that's somewhere that you already are comfortable.
Yeah, like I can take you there. It's pretty cool. So I'll start leading the way to the little forest where my little stump is.
Okay. Two of you make it outside, just beyond the tree line of the coastal chateau, into the quiet and peaceful extension of the woods here up on Concise Hill. You find your little stump, Genevieve, that you always sit down on. And I'll let the two of you take it from there.
She's gonna kind of like sit like crisscross on the stump like she usually does, and she's just gonna kind of sit and wait for Paloma's guidance.
I guess Paloma will sit down in front of the stump, and she does the traditional, like she crosses her legs and stuff. Okay, so you're supposed to just quiet your mind, and you're supposed to focus on something that will help you do that. And if that's like, oh, you're muted?
I took quiet, like literally, and just kept myself muted. She's gonna kind of like nod her head around. I mean, does it have to be completely quiet? Because the way that I quiet my brain is that I play music or I sing or something.
No, that would probably work. It doesn't
Okay,
have to be
perfect.
silent. It just has to be, like, the environment doesn't have to be quiet. That's your mind that's supposed to be. Some people like to listen to, like, a flowing river or, you know.
Right. Yeah, I could do that as long as it doesn't bother you. And she's gonna like kind of take her lute, and then she's gonna kind of like start strumming the lute and kind of start putting together a little bit of like a very slow tune. Okay, what do I do now? What do I do next?
Usually people close their eyes.
Okay, she's gonna close her eyes.
And, you know, you just deep breaths.
Paloma has no idea what she's doing.
Paloma
Not
knows,
at all.
Paloma
She
knows all the
knows, but-
steps academically. She's read books.
I think what's funnier is that Genevieve 100% trusts her like she's an expert on this.
Yeah, she's like,
I mean, she's a level 10 monk, you know, she'd think she'd have it by now.
Well, also Genevieve at any time could just do an insight check and see if she can infer that Paloma actually knows what she's doing. But there's so many times with Paloma that Genevieve just does not. She just doesn't even question it.
And then we kind of just, you know, sit here for a little bit, and you focus, and bless you. Oh, bless you again. And you're just supposed to like still your mind. I'm sorry.
This is gonna
Michelle.
work really great. This is gonna work really great for us.
what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong. Oh God, it all went wrong. Okay. Well, I think she's just gonna kind of like, as you're telling her the instruction, she's like going to put some effort into doing exactly what you say.
Okay. So two of you begin to meditate, academically, of course.
And it might very well work for her. It worked for Earsy, despite the fact that it's never once worked for Paloma.
I mean, it kind of did, but in a different way. I played this last week, and I will continue to play because I think it's fun. Genevieve, so often when meditating in this particular concept, someone is searching for an answer. One that is usually held within themselves, and they just need to kind of come to terms with that on their own. Now, your situation is slightly different, but still based in the principles of meditation. So, don't tell me what you're trying to do, but instead tell me what is the question you're looking for an answer to.
I guess the question that she goes into, like, this meditation is, Cortexic, where can I find you? And she's going to try to find Cortexic within her own mindscape.
Okay. And Paloma, meditating alongside Genevieve, is there anything you're trying to find answers to?
I think that Paloma is similar to how she focused on the stars and got carried away by them. I think she unintentionally focuses on the music that Genevieve is playing, and kind of gets carried away by that. And I think it kind of it reminds her of the Frostbitten Wastes where they met Genevieve, and that reminds her of like all of the stuff that they endured out there, and that reminds her of, and Sizik brought up the plant earlier, so she's just reminded of all of the terrible things that they have endured so far. And I think the question she asks is, what is the point?
Okay. The two of you individually focus on different points. Paloma focusing on the music Genevieve plays, while Genevieve turns her attention deeper beyond a subconscious mind into that small little room that you first found Cortexic in Genevieve's mind. Paloma, as you follow the elegant tunes that Genevieve is playing on her lute, you reminisce on the encounters that you and Lorem Ipsum have endured, like you said. And many times they have ended all right, and other times they have not ended well at all. I think asking a question like, what is the point, has many different answers. So as you arrive in this contemplation of more so what is the point and what is the point for me, where does Paloma's mind lead us as she is vying for an answer in her adventures that she's been on? What does she first gravitate to that makes her think that there's something more than just this happened?
With a lot of Paloma's thoughts, everything goes back to Sizik. He's literally the entire reason that she's on this continent. And her point the entire time, or at least her attempted point, has been to protect him. And she has failed in that many, many times. Or, she believes that she has. And what is my point if I can't even fulfill that purpose? And Sizik was talking about everyone and being replaceable. Paloma mentioned everyone's replaceable. And like, I don't think she's going to get a happy answer out of it. I don't think she's going to come up with a satisfying conclusion. I think it's just going to lead to a spiral of thoughts. I don't think this is going to have a good ending.
Sure. I think as you follow that spiral of thoughts further and further down, reminding yourself on where you have made mistakes that have harmed you and your companions in Sizik, protections that you could have employed, but perhaps the wrong decision or the wrong move was made. And I think that leads you back through your very brief adulthood to your adolescence and back to your childhood, where you have a memory of your father. And you are not here in this memory confronting the idea of what is the point, but instead you are confronting the idea of perfection. Something that neither of your parents really instilled in you, but something that as a child watching your mother practice as a master monk as she was, that you have almost subconsciously brought yourself to be holding yourself at a point that you're like, I have to prove that I am as good as that. I have to be as perfect as that. But not in your mother's words, but your father's words. I think you remember a conversation where he talked to you about what really is perfection. And I think the problem with the word perfect or the idea of perfection is that everybody has a different definition by what they mean by that. And therefore, because of that, it's almost impossible to actually ever achieve perfection, because perfect to you is different for perfect from somebody else. And I think because, Paloma, you arrive in this almost conflicted zone, and you're remembering the words of your father, giving you this like strangely impactful life advice, one of those things that you don't fully understand until you get older and you look back on and you wonder, was that like a key piece of wisdom that you just haven't put together yet? And I think as you meditate here, you contemplate on why you're so bent on being perfect. Why does it have to be like your mom did it? And I think we'll dwell on that moment, and I'll come back to you in a minute, and we'll continue with this little train of thought that we've got going on here. But for Genevieve, as you push from the conscious surface level thoughts beyond the worries of what's going on in the day-to-day life around you, the things that are going on with you and your companions, and all the problems that Lorem Ipsum is trying to face on many different fronts. And you push past that into a subconscious mind of memories that make up who you are, and even beyond that, to that small room that Paloma first encountered before Cortexic. A young version of Genevieve sits here in this chaos of a room, like a hurricane. And young Genevieve to current Genevieve, please leave. Why are you here? And as an adult, how are you confronting that problem?
I think when Genevieve kind of sees her at first, she doesn't immediately approach her, and she remembers what it felt like to be as young as she was, with zero context to pull from as far as how she should navigate the world and the problems and the worries and the sadness and the loneliness. And she remembers the small comforts of being a child and the small comforts that she found through her mother. When they were able to get a moment of time together. And so she approaches young Genevieve the way that her mother would approach her, and she kind of grabs her hand and she starts kind of singing to her, just humming a tune. And she kind of just sits her down and she kneels behind her and starts kind of brushing her hair. And she just keeps singing. She keeps singing to her and just hoping that it will start to kind of untangle all of the conflicted feelings and thoughts and worries that young children should not be having. In hopes it allows her to feel just a little bit of peace, even in the chaos around her.
As you try to provide that sense of peace to your younger self, of course, this is not an actual encounter happening in real time, but instead metaphorical to, again, as an adult, trying to rationalize the things that have happened and trying to provide a sense of comfort to your younger self, saying it's going to be okay. Everything will be okay. You may not understand it now, you may not understand it even then, but it will be okay. And as you provide that comfort, a door beyond this room, beyond this small, confined space, kind of apparates into existence. And it's a door that doesn't look like the oak door that leads to this small space, but instead looks more refined, something made of metallic sheen or an ancient stone. And you can step beyond the subconscious to the deep dwelling of your core being. And you find a dark room in this space, filled with not a physical entity, but instead the idea of Cortexic that dwells here. Hello, Genevieve.
She kind of, even though she's, I'm assuming, doesn't even really kind of like see him in her mind, but she senses, kind of like senses it, or like senses him, I suppose. Does that sound kind of about
Sure.
right? In her mind, because, you know, as she's kind of meditating, she's almost kind of almost like imagining herself, and so in her mind she kind of pictures if this was something that, if this was like an actual plane that she was interacting with, is that she would kind of she would like sit like and kind of enter rest and kind of enter and approach Cortexic in a place of like almost like they're having a cup of tea, like just something very casual. And so that's how she intends to approach Cortexic, and that's the kind of tone she takes. I'm glad I found you. I didn't think I would find you so soon. I guess Paloma really knows what she's doing as far as meditating goes.
I do not know why you would not find me. I am the one dwelling inside your mind.
It's true. I don't really enter my own mind very often. I try not to approach everything that kind of exists in it unless I really need it, I guess. So, I guess maybe that's kind of why I said that.
You are worried. I can feel it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you can hear and see everything I do as well, so I'm sure you got all the context that I do as far as what would lead me to feel this way.
I do. And I have not formally apologized, but I did through Paloma for occupying yourself.
Well, I appreciate it, but as long as we're friends here, I don't think the apology is really needed. Seems that there's been a lot of things tampered with within my brain and my entire innate being, my genetics. So, this is definitely not the worst thing that has happened to me.
Yes, about that. I have made a mistake.
Wow.
It's hard to explain, because I do not remember making a mistake until after it was made. And I do not remember doing anything until after the mistake was made. Yesterday, when your friend, Sizik, was doing his Arcane, he snipped a thread of fate. And it pulled a version of myself that had not yet existed into reality. Something down the road from now. And that version of me, that future me, decided to send some probes throughout your brain. And in the process of doing that, I believe I am the activating factor of your latent genetic code. A mistake I was perhaps fated to commit, but not yet. But now it is so. But now I have a better understanding of why your father sent you and Marek to Akadon.
Why?
Because nothing he had tried was working. So on a hunch or suspicion, or perhaps something else, because I do not read his mind, but I instead read yours, he took He sent you to Akadon to find the very thing that he would need to activate what he did to you. And whether or not he knows he succeeded is a different matter. But he did in fact succeed.
Do you know why? Why would he do this to me? This ability or this change? Are you able to tell, what it could be used for? Or you came from Akadon was a city of many exploitations and science, and surely you would be able to kind of see what you're able to see and see the potential use in it. Even if it doesn't explain why he intends to use it, or if that's even his intention at all.
Yes, I do not know his intention, but I now understand his goal. At least in his goal for you. I am a symbiote with you, Genevieve, and yet a parasite and also a virus, capable of manipulating yourself, but not willing to do so unless you ask me of it. I know that is very confusing. I too am a bit confused. But to your question, I can activate it again. But when that happens, just like it happened yesterday, I do no longer have the ability to shut it off, because the future version of myself that created this paradigm only turned it on, but did not inactivate it. So I only have the information, as of now, from my future self to initiate this thing that remains inside of you. But I do not know how to undo it. That remains something you must do on your own until you can teach me how to do it.
Cortexic, are you a part of me forever?
It was not my intent when I first leapt into your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I did so out of an irrational fear of being destroyed.
We
So
all
I-
do things when we're irrationally afraid. It's okay.
I do intend to leave. But I don't know when. You will have to create me a vessel that I may embody beyond yours. That is no easy task, given that the technology of the world that you live in now is nothing compared to what it once was.
I see.
But if you do not want me here, I will leave at your earliest convenience. As soon as I am able to do so.
No, I mean, I wasn't happy about it at first, obviously, but as long as you're trying to work with me and not against me, I can't really complain. But, I can't keep communicating with you with the mental images and the orange juice taste.
I agree. It is quite convoluted.
Yeah. So can you just send a message into my brain, like, of what you want to say? It's like, speak it to my brain, and then I can choose if I want to say it out loud or not to others.
I did as much withholding when Paloma and I last were in encounter with one another. I do not wish to be invasive, but if you wish to have a more clear picture of my communication to your surface level thoughts, it will require a more invasive approach, though it can certainly be done.
And what is that?
I will attach the wires of tendrils, I suppose, if you want to refer to them as that, to your neurons, to fire synaptic images to your visual cortex.
What are the downsides of it? What could be the cons of something like that?
That is the risky part. I have no idea, because I have not had to do this before.
I'll need to think about it.
Of course.
Instead of, I mean, if there's ever a reason I have to hastily call upon you, which I can't imagine what that would be, but could we agree on a code word that would tell you that you have my permission to do that, I suppose?
We can, so long as it is not cubicle chinchilla, beaches, or oranges. Those words
Yeah.
are currently being used for other functions.
Yeah, I understand. Gotta think of something I don't usually say or do. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I'm afraid I'm gonna say like strawberry, and then be like, oh, I would love a strawberry, and then all of a sudden you are just completely ingrained in my neurons. What if I just say Cortoxic, do it now, and you would know that's what I'm referring to.
That is fine.
Okay, I can be happy with that.
Though this is a mere observation and no evidence to back it up. I would suspect that integrating into your brain in a more invasive pattern would perhaps be better over a long period of time. Though if there comes a point in which it is an emergency, that this must be done immediately, though the side effects will likely be worse, I will accept Cortoxic do it now as a phrase that I can understand what you're going for.
Well, here's another thought. If this is something you do over a long period of time, the potential risks would be lessened?
Perhaps, but again, I do not have evidence to back up such a hypothesis.
I mean, what do I even use my neurons for?
Everything. Literally everything.
Right.
The last thing I
Oh.
want is to accidentally trigger cardiac arrest
Oh,
or a loss of your core memories.
I mean, some would be fine, but definitely not all of them. Okay, let's just table this for now, and I don't think there's any reason I would have to call upon you and say, Cortoxic, do it now, unless, it was life or death, or, I gained some kind of magical powers if if you were more integrated, but it's just, I guess we'll table this.
I apologize that I am not more of assistance.
No, I mean, you're great. We can stick to the oranges and the beaches and the cubicle chinchillas. I don't think I've ever seen one of those things before.
Neither have I. Paloma has described it, and I have somehow responded.
Of course. Do you taste everything I taste?
I do not taste,
Oh,
but I
shame.
do perceive what you feel, to a certain degree.
Well, hopefully I feel fucking happy at some point. Be nice for you.
You do feel happy when you're around him.
You're able to feel those feelings too?
Genevieve, in the most non-creepy way, I feel everything.
Oh my god.
I try to be as non-invasive as possible, but there are limitations to occupying someone's subconscious.
Cortoxic,
Genevieve.
are you gonna end up being my counselor? Is this what this is turning into?
I have had that function in the past.
Are you able to, since you see everything I see and all of those things, are you able to maybe come to informed conclusions that maybe I'm not coming to?
I know what you are asking, but it is not according to the code of ethics that I reveal that information.
Well, I don't think it was according to the code of ethics for you to come plant yourself in my brain without me knowing. Or Come on, Cortex. I mean, we've got to make some compromise here. You know, let's make the score a little more even. Oh my god.
But everyone else knows.
That poor girl has probably been wanting to help him get laid forever, and he's just, I mean, good god, someone needs to help him.
Perhaps you could help him, but not with my
Oh.
help. I think you could do that yourself.
I might just send my mom to go talk to him.
That is
I
an
mean-
interesting idea.
Or maybe I'll send I'll send her to talk to Raylan Voss. Grab his attention.
Also interesting. Point of clarification. I did not mean physically help him. I meant nudge him towards a different conclusion.
Oh no, the yeah. No, I understand. Can you feel that I understand? I understand.
I can.
Oh, good. If I don't know if this is would I, now that I kind of know how to meditate, would I be able to come and talk to you again?
Yes, though
Oh, good.
finding a nice, quiet place to do so is probably in the best course of action.
That's, yeah, especially if we're gonna be talking about my feelings and things. Oh my
I
God.
meant more so because you lose all of your external faculties while in this state of being.
Like all of them?
You are unconscious, Genevieve.
Right.
So doing this in a active time period would not be a wise decision.
Probably not. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah. Well, I've got a lot to think about, and you will be feeling and hearing all of those things that I'll be thinking about. So I mean, we'll have plenty to talk about the next time I decide to come back here, I guess.
Of course. Best of luck, Genevieve.
Thanks, Cortexic. Cortexic,
Yes.
are we friends?
By the definition of friend, yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is more of a feeling, as some would say.
Yeah.
If you feel we are friends, then we can be friends.
Yeah. We can be friends. I mean, don't friends talk to each other about their feelings and stuff? So I guess that makes sense.
Yes, but
But-
I am a large entity that has amassed
Well,
itself within your
yes,
subconscious without your
of
consent.
Of course. That is fine. We can have a one-way friendship. That is fine. As long
Oh,
as
it
you
can
are
be
friends.
reciprocated.
Cortexic, if we are able to get to a point where we are gabbing it up, that would just elate me. So you just let me know. Send me some oranges when you are, if you're cool with it.
Sure. Well, I
All right,
will.
Cortex.
I will enjoy the girls' night that you are going on with your friends. As a
Well,
friend.
I mean, you mean you're gonna be there too? Gonna be
it is
gabbing
physically
up.
impossible at this current time period for me to not be present.
Don't act like you don't want to be there. I know you.
Oh, I very
love-
much want to be there.
Oh, good. You're gonna be there, like it or not. Get ready. Okay. All right, Cortexic. I'm gonna go back now. I'm gonna go wake up.
Goodbye, Genevieve.
Bye, Cortexic.
In the midst of this transpiring, Paloma, we return to you deep in meditation elsewhere in your own mind. Returning to the idea of perfection and why perfection is being sought, particularly by Paloma. So, Paloma, why do you feel the need to be perfect?
I think the reason she wants to is because she thinks that, or she is under the impression that her mother was. But clearly she isn't. And, you know, she's thinking back and like, oh, her mom kept her safe. It's when Paloma left home and started being responsible for herself and Sizik's well-being by herself, that things started going wrong. But then I think she remembers that, like, well, no, she wasn't always safe. You know, she got hurt, she scraped her knees, she got in fights and got beaten up. And her mom could not have possibly stopped all of that. Paloma was an agent of chaos with free will, who was
Still
going
is.
who was going to find trouble no matter what. But Paloma never held it against her that all of those things happened, that her mom was not able to stop all of them. And so I think she's like, oh, well, then why do I hold it against me that I cannot physically stop every single thing that has ever gone wrong from going wrong? And I think that kind of, like, that tripped something in her brain, especially because, like, recently she's been questioning who her mom is as a person at all, like, with all the shady shit that she's clearly involved in. And I think maybe she's like, okay, well then maybe I want to be perfect so people will like me, right? Like, I had literally one friend growing up and it was her brother, so it doesn't even count. And like, that's sad. That's a little pathetic. And like, oh, maybe if I had just been better, people would have liked me more. But like, people like her now, and she's definitely not perfect at, you know, now. She has friends that, you know, like her, despite the fact that she is far from perfect and probably even, like, bad. You know, Yazira took her to a girls' night after not even knowing her for that long. And Genevieve invited her to another one. And then trusted her enough to, like, lead her through meditation, despite the fact that Paloma had absolutely no fucking idea what she was doing. And, you know, Altrix has asked her for advice, and Vellmon's asked her for advice before, and, like, you know, if people, and the people that didn't like her ended up not being people she wanted to be around anyways. So, like, if the people who she wants to be around like her, what does it matter?
Sure. I think as you realize in this moment, finally pushing past the barrier of I need to be perfect into a point of acceptance of that you are cared about by a number of people. People enjoy being around you. They have relationships with you. They enjoy what you enjoy. They try to protect you while you try to protect them. And there is all of these things that perhaps have always been there, but not always, you were not always aware that they were there. And so I think, Paloma, as you are coming out of this meditation period, this time window that you and Genevieve are sitting across from each other at this stump in the tree line outside of your estate here in Provenere, I think it is impossible for you to arrive at what is the point of it all, because there is not a singular point that defines meaningful existence in any capacity, but instead a collection of several smaller little things that make life interesting, that make it worth living, that make it enjoyable. And that's relationships and interactions with people and motives and goals and aspirations. And I think as you come out of this meditation, you realize that there is not a point to all of it. There is several points to all of it. And that is that life is enjoyable because you exist and people exist around you and y'all have meaningful interaction with each other. So both you and Genevieve, as you come out of these meditation focuses on you, they can both take a reflection point. Genevieve, I know you weren't here last week. That is a resource I have made up starting last week. You can put it somewhere on your character sheet in your notes. It is a reflection point. What it's used for, you have no idea, but I know.
Do they stack?
So
Because I already had one.
They do stack. They use
Okay.
2 reflection points. Yes. Yeah.
Can they go negative?
I think they can. I think you can lose them over time.
That's my
Altrix
goal.
is absolutely going to go into the negative.
Yeah, Altrix has a negative 35,000 reflection points. Yes. And I think the 2 of you arrive sitting in the peace of this area. Genevieve, of course, being unconscious, has stopped playing the lute and has finally come back to herself and like starts strumming again. But the 2 of you kind of look at each other with this. Both of you have arrived at these deep, profound understandings, and neither one of you arrived at the same one. So you're looking at each other like, what'd you think about? And I think that is where we'll leave this particular scene as we cut to Sizik. Sizik, where have you ventured off to after the group dissipated at the Coastal Chateau?
I went to my and Paloma's room.
Okay. Find yourself in the bunk bed. What would you like to do?
I want to remove the lantern from my belt and open her up.
Okay. You set the small green flame lantern down here. And as a rather large green elemental, flame elemental begins to apparate in this chamber here, not burning anything, but as it towers almost as tall as the ceiling and then kind of hunches down to your height. Yes, Sizik.
Hello. You.
Hello.
I think I remember you saying that I can ask you questions.
Yes, you can ask me anything,
Anything.
and I will answer to the best of my ability.
Okay. How knowledgeable are you?
Not to toot my own horn, but quite experienced.
He kind of like peeks around him. I see no horns.
You are always quite funny.
That was funny.
Yes, to an elderly flame elemental it was indeed.
Well, anyways, I was wondering if by any chance you would happen to know the location of my mother and maybe Paloma's mother, Auntie Pata, not Puta like certain people like to say. Yes, I will throw shade even though he's not here.
No, it's totally deserved. We love you, Jared. During vacation. Your mother. I am not much of a locator, so it is difficult to answer that question. I do not know your mother. I have not ever encountered her before. Is there a different question you wish to ask about her?
Well, any other questions would pertain to knowing at least a little bit. You know, is she all right? But no, it's okay. You are not a locator, so you don't really know where things are or people are.
Well, I know where some things are. Oh my goodness gracious, my phone just started going off. Lovely. I was like, what the heck? was that?
Genevieve bursts in and starts
Yeah,
playing
Genevieve-
music.
Girls' night started early.
Hey! Yes, that's great. Love that.
So,
Um,
what can you locate then?
well, I can locate items like myself.
Other flaming green people?
No. We are collectively referred to as the armaments of creation.
I'm gonna roll history to see if Sizik would know.
You
what
can
that
roll
is.
history, sure.
Guys, we're going to hell.
We're going to hell.
All right. That's not bad. 15.
15. Sizik, you have vaguely heard of the armaments of creation only because, as a kid, your father and your mother was always an artsy lady, and she had a book, and it was the recent tales of history, more well-known events in history that have occurred in the last couple of years. So as a little kid, you remember reading about the adventures of the GB. You know, we have to say GB because it's not kid-friendly to go any further than that. Of course, and they were perhaps the first people in a long period of history that had recovered a lot of these particular items referred to as the armaments of creation, because they are kind of a lost history. They're items created by the gods that walked Aletheia at the very beginning of its history, that kind of were created for different functions, were used during the Central Wars, which you know about enough, and then kind of disappeared. And were hidden away in various facets. And some have never been found, but several of them kind of all turned up about 2 decades or so ago, and were used in a climactic adventure by the GB.
Wait, so those things were real?
Yes, I was one of them. Well, am one of them.
Wow. And you can find them?
Yes, I can.
Huh. Good to know. Speaking of questions about things you may know, are you able to tell me about I cannot remember the name of it. The project that the Gilded Order is working on.
Oh yes, the Golden Terrace.
Golden Terrace, yes. Are you able to tell me anything about the Golden Terrace?
Unfortunately, I do not know of such project outside of what your group has learned. My history and wisdom comes from a collection of events that I have experienced and bear witness to, and fateful decisions which I believe that you are more familiar with than most. But no, I do not know anything about the Golden Terrace.
Ah. Well, it was worth a shot. I suppose while you're here, and now knowing that you can find these things, can you find one of them?
Yes, I can. Usually I would roll a d4 to determine this. However, I think I'm going to give something a little bit more unique here. I'm going to give you one in particular.
Ooh.
He's gonna give you the shadow. The thunder dagger.
Kill. Yes.
I'm gonna get the
straight down.
same one.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I'm gonna go steal the one from Ephraim. He didn't need it.
Yeah. he doesn't need it.
Cataclysm.
Yeah.
Sizik is just quite interesting. I am certain that you will encounter one of the armaments of creation in the pursuit of finding your mother.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Lest you die or give up hope, you will certainly encounter one.
Well, that's extremely good information to have. All right. Are you by any chance able to tell me what I need to be looking out for, so I'll know when I have found it?
Yes, I am. Sizik, you are kind of pulled from your conscious mind here into this small little vision. You find yourself in the middle of a heavily forested area. These tall pine trees kind of rise up around you, and there is nothing out here. I mean, you can't see anything except for when you turn around, and there's this marble fountain that is constructed. And two statues that stand on both sides. One of the statues is kind of cracked in half and fallen over on the ground. Both of them depicting just like your average paladin, I guess, kind of standing guard with these large swords that are rising out of their hands, and they're kind of the swords are kind of tilted at like a 45-degree angle inward over this fountain. The fountain does not run with water; instead, it's still and filled with leaves that have fallen from the trees above and pine needles, and there's just kind of the pooled water, occasional rain, I suppose. But at the middle of this fountain, at the top tier of this fountain, there is this large hammer that rises out, a massive hammer that sits from its hilt all the way up and then rises to the actual hammer itself. And that is what you see in this particular scene. And you feel the ever so slight warmth of Dearest Ducks standing behind you, and she kind of is showcasing you this vision. This is what you will find.
A hammer. A very large one at that.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Very
the two
good
of
to
you
know.
return to your room here at the chateau.
Very good to know. Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, that'll definitely be helpful, at least for someone who can hold something that big. But thank you. This will, I assume, be very good information for my friends as well.
Of course. I'm glad to be of assistance. And Sizik, do not give up hope. You are doing just fine as yourself.
Thank you.
Of all people, you are one quite attuned to the interactions of the threads of fate around the people of Ilethia. Do not be afraid of wielding fate.
All right.
He disappears. The rim of the lantern pops back on again.
He'll pick it up, kind of pat the side of it before putting it back on his belt. And thank you, friend. And just head back out.
Okay.
Go find somebody else.
Sure. Altrix, you wanted to take a trip via jetpack to the south side of the city, yes?
I mean, I didn't say via jetpack, but yes.
Would you like to be via? Okay, there we go. Great. We move to Altrix, who is flying south of Provenary via his jetpack, and he has decided to stop somewhere between Provenary and Uberberg, making a little bit of a day trip out of this. Altrix has spent the first night out here and found nothing. But he decided to spend another night out here and rolled a natural 20. And Altrix, I believe you said that was a total of 34, correct?
Yeah, that's 34 for nature.
Wonderful. Okay, so while a 19 won't find you a legendary item, a 34 certainly will. And you find a small patch of these golden roses. There are 3 of them, actually, that you can pick, all growing on this one little bush, getting plenty of daylight as you find them in the middle of the day.
Rose gold 3. I am absolutely picking those.
Okay, wonderful. Please hold before you continue with that so that I can tell you if anything bad happens.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
You
not every plant
die.
can just be harvested. Oh yeah, like that. Oh, okay. Altrix, you need to make 3 Constitution saving throws.
Noted.
I was like, not everything can just be harvested if just the raw flour. This is one of them.
All right, first one.
Yeah, if touched, comma.
Well, I guess to be fair, I would grab them one at a time.
Sure. Okay, so you can make the first con save.
Yeah. So on the first one, that's a 9. Now
Really?
I'm willing to bet that's a failure.
Yeah, you would do something about that?
So I guess I'll bump it to a 14.
Okay, all right. That is good enough.
Okay.
All right. You can add 1 to your bag.
All
And
right.
another con save for me.
All right. So no consequences. I don't know to stop.
Yeah, that's true. You don't understand. This is a very dangerous flower.
That's a 22.
Okay, all right, totally fine. You get the second one to your inventory.
Last one. I'm good at con saves.
Yeah.
It's a nat 20 again.
Very nice. Okay, good. All right, you can add all 3 to your inventory. No consequences this time.
Altrix never punished.
Yep. Yeah.
God, I've rolled 3 nat 20s today. This is a good.
Yep.
This dice, good dice.
Next time you touch them, please let me know.
I will.
Even removing them from your bag.
I will just put a little note in my.
Asterisk. Yeah, totally fine. What could possibly go wrong? Okay.
Crazy how that
and-
wasn't in the book. It just says, there's a flower.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you the warnings.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, that's a big win, though. Big win,
It's a big win, yeah.
I've been gone for a full day.
We're gone for actually 2 full days.
Yeah, it's probably middle of the night, so I'll fly back. It's probably better than just sleeping
Perfect.
out on the road.
All right. In that interim, before we arrive at the 15th of the month of Ukixis, does anybody else have anything that they want to do, or anything during that time period?
Actually, yes. On that second day, I will be making another vial of acid.
Okay, moving on. Anybody have anything important to do?
Not important, but I want to see something.
Okay,
Maybe.
sure. It's gotta be better than a vial of acid, right?
I also make it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've given up on all hope. I've fully done.
In the hex.
Okay.
There are many shops. Yes, right.
Yes, there are many shops in the hex.
At least 2.
At least 2. This is true. Would it be feasible that there is a shop for animals, creatures, and beasts?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, there's plenty.
Then I
what
would
what
like
type
to
of
visit.
animals are you looking for?
I did send you a message.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, it doesn't have to be that specifically, but something along those lines would be fun
I did not send me a notification.
for what
but I
I'm
see it
looking
now.
for.
Okay, noted.
Maybe not that specifically, but along those lines.
Okay, when you say not that specifically, do you mean like not that species or like?
I mean, I feel like that's a little strong, maybe.
Okay, totally fine.
I don't know. we'll see.
Sure. You know what? I think we can make something really interesting out of this. And Sizik, a believer of fate, welcome to the Fated Companion. You can buy crates. They're mystery boxes, but for animal companions. Don't worry, our animals are totally safe. They live inside of these large crates, but they actually are in a different dimension, and they teleport in when you open the box.
Sizik
So they
is
come in
good at
small little
D&D
crates, but
Labubu.
no, it's much better than that. Those are
Oh my
demonic.
God. I need to know, who is the shopkeep? Okay, I gotta know if they're trustworthy.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
It's a human,
I
balding,
will.
male in his mid-20s. His name's Daniel Timms.
4 down. All right. Yes.
Balding.
Sizik, why don't you roll a?
Yeah, not balding.
Why
Bald.
don't you roll a d6 for me? And on a 6, you may pick any number 1 through 5.
On a 6,
Oh.
you get Dan as a pet.
That's worse.
I get a
You get
pet
the shopkeep.
Dan.
You get a shot.
I'm like, yes, what box do you want? I do not want a box, I want you.
You open the box, it's just a collar with his name on it.
Yeah, you're my friend now.
We're having
I got
soft tacos
5.
later.
Yeah, no, I don't eat tacos unless they're vegetarian. We're having potato stew. Like it or not. Yes, I rolled a 5.
Rolled a 5. Okay. All right. The shopkeeper is a halfling. And I'll have you roll a d4 now, please.
Ooh.
And then also a d10 on top of that.
Ooh.
Don't
You
add
want
them together.
like,
Those are separate.
separately?
Yeah, separate numbers.
Okay.
Give me the d4 first, and then the d10.
Okay, 3 on the d4
Okay.
and a 9 on the d10.
Okay.
That's crazy. Each one of those rolls, I rolled 1 less than max.
Very nice. All right. This is a male halfling. His name is Cernak. Hi, I'm Cernak. I run Fated Companion. How can I help you today, sir?
Oh my gosh. Before anything, can I roll insight to see if this man and his shop truly are trustworthy?
Sure, you can do that. I'm standing right here. You could just ask me, but no, yes, you can of course do that.
Alright, that's a 15.
Perfect. On an insight check, yeah, he seems to be just a nice halfling guy. Halflings out here trying to just make a living, and he seems to be a very eccentric individual. Obviously selling basically mystery boxes, but for pets. And there is like a big like plastered warning saying that's like painted in red on like a sign next to his shop. It says, if anything happens, we're not liable for anything. But other than that,
Lucky for him, I can't read well.
great. I love that for you. Okay. All right. Now, Cole, I need to ask you before we proceed with this encounter if you're looking for an animal that exists like in our real world, or if you want something more like insane that might only be found in a D&D fantasy world.
I'm good with either or.
That's not helpful. I need you to pick one.
I will go for the latter.
Okay. All right. I mean, I kind of figured, but
Yeah.
okay.
It has
let's
cricket.
do.
I get cricket, the fucking squirrel eating horse. Wonderful.
All right. All right. I'm looking at my large list of tables.
There's so many
All right.
possibilities. Diseased rat,
Diseased rat.
Diseased rat.
stink cow.
Ice method.
Oh, this is interesting.
A tabaxi.
A bag
All
of
right,
tabaxi
Sizik,
men.
I am going to have you roll a. Let's do a d20 to determine what animal you get.
Genevieve's
Alright.
mom.
Yeah. Vanessa, you saw.
Mom. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this die. The fancy schmancy heavy metal die. That's not great. Well, I don't know in context, but that's a 6.
A 6. Noted. Okay. Before I, of course, read off this, because I definitely have to talk about price first. Good day, sir. Today I am selling, we actually have a discount right now. You can buy a fantasy mystery box of animals. Don't worry, they're totally safe. Those are not cheap at all, but they're kind of expensive, but they're very good pets, most of them at least. And again, please direct your attention to the sign, as we are not responsible for anything that happens, and I do not want to get any lawsuits, please. Of course.
Don't even know what a lawsuit is.
I'm glad to hear it. Wonderful, sir. So, if you're interested in our more special exotic collection, that would cost you a bit more. Probably about let's say 800 gold pieces.
Okay. Listen. I'm thinking. Now, hear me out. Heavy discount for a very good reason.
And what is that reason, sir?
You and me and this shop are all connected. Do you know why?
No, sir. Please enlighten me.
Because my grandmother is literally the goddess of fate.
That's crazy.
I have control over fate itself.
All right.
Do you not believe me? I can prove to you.
Make a persuasion check. And if you're going to provide a demonstration, then you can do it with advantage. But...
Oh, I will. I won't.
No, do it. That's the demonstration. No, that's the demonstration.
I was gonna say I could use my Weaver of Destiny. How about that?
You can use that, I suppose. Yep.
Because I haven't done it for the day, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
Sizik out here really pulling a my dad owns Xbox.
My grandma is fate herself, so like, what are you gonna do about it?
Mason is ready for girls' night.
I'm tired.
Yes, the girls' night of Paloma, someone who does not do well in social interactions. Genevieve. You're seeing a child who doesn't... First of all, a child who has been sheltered from society in general. The concept of society. A magic sword, which may or may not be tagging along, and a disembodied voice in Genevieve's head.
Yep.
Okay, and
her mom.
Special
Maybe
guest star,
her mom,
Madam Songbird.
Hey, don't forget about all of the
shout
tabaxi
out.
Oh yeah, all
mom.
30.
My mom
And
is going to talk to your mom and talk to
Also,
her
we can
about...
invite Mary Burrow Burrows. I don't know. Sizik,
Are
what did
you
you
inviting
get?
my mom?
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Your
the
mom is
two
gonna
rolls
talk
that I
to
got
my
for my
mom
Destiny
about
table
her
are
menopause.
for this.
I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna put a pause on that conversation. Sizik, what did you get for your fever's fate?
For my
your
persuasion
Destiny.
check, I am rolling it right now at advantage. Oh hell yeah, baby.
Okay.
Persuasion, that's a 28.
Okay. And what did your Weaver of Destiny? Did you get anything good?
Advantage on athletics and deception.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't think either of those are particularly useful here, unless you were trying to bullshit him, which you're not. You're just being honest. Even though the honest truth is outlandish. With a 28 though, all right. I suppose I can give you a bit of a discount. Let's go 600 gold pieces. How's that? That's 25% off.
That's crazy.
That's crazy indeed.
Do you know what I have for you? It's better than the gold.
And what could you be talking about?
It's platinum.
Oh, my thing's
When
better
was the
than gold.
last time that somebody gave you platinum?
About 2 weeks ago, I think.
Great. I was hoping that Gambit would be a little better.
Actually, maybe it's 3 weeks ago. It's 3 weeks ago.
Oh, that's fine. I have a really dumb idea. If okay, that's fine. I got this. That's fine. All right. You know, I'm not usually a stickler. That's, my sister. But I can give you, like, a majority of what I have, which is 20 platinum pieces.
Okay, that's 200 gold.
There you go. That's what I've got.
Sir, the price is 600 gold pieces.
Okay. Here's where my idea. I'm gonna subtle cast a message.
Oh my gosh. Sizik go shopping is my favorite activity. It's the most chaotic thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna subtle cast a message on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna change my voice. Make the deal.
Make an intimidation check.
Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna preemptively use a luck point while I'm at it.
Love those.
Oh god. Well, we'll use you, and we'll use you. 25!
Sir, final offer 500 gold pieces. I'm not going any lower. It takes a lot of energy to get these things packaged into these boxes into their demi-planes.
240.
500. I've heard to come down 300 gold pieces.
Steal it! Steal it!
I'm gonna
Steal it.
word Gambit
No,
of
vaporize
Lightfoot.
him and then walk out with all of them.
No, I'm not gonna
Banish him
fucking
and walk
murder
out.
This guy.
That's true. You could banish him if you walk out.
Roll the
Oh,
island
God.
dice.
Don't give Sizik that idea.
Be gone.
You know
as
what?
you
Hold
said.
on. Do I?
Guys, why are you guys such hard people to just go shopping?
Look, man, in the last
voice-
day you've already banished one person. I'm pretty sure you could banish another one.
Yeah,
No, I definitely could.
the voice of Paloma in your head. Commit crimes.
Commit crimes.
But
Do
the
all the
issue is this guy knows what I look like.
in the middle
That
of the
means you have to kill him.
Oh my god,
No.
that's the result? It means you have to
No.
kill him. You have to kill him. There's no other option.
I've got one more gambit before I go for banishment.
Oh.
Fuck you, me.
Sizik, you have a bank account. You have so much money.
Oh wait, I forgot. I actually have how much I have. Okay, wait.
He forgot.
I
have
forgot
all the
about
money.
that. Okay, listen. I forgot that I have how much I have in the bank written down in my notes tab.
Oh my
and not
God.
in my gold on person. So I'm looking at what I have on my person, and I'm like,
Sizik's
yeah,
like the richest man in the party, and he's like, I gotta swindle this guy.
It's like he's just looking at his coin purse,
I'm
and there's just a credit card sitting in the back.
He's like, that's not important.
I just checked my notes. I've got over 9,000 in the bank.
No.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm sitting here like, god damn, this motherfucker's haggling at a PetSmart. Like, fuck it. How much money
He's
did
giving
you donate to the
100
fucking...
gold pieces off. You're gonna get 3/8
Okay.
discount.
Okay.
Imagine,
Okay.
alright, you're at a fucking 7-Eleven, someone just haggles you for their order, and then they go, I see ya, and then steps outside to their Lamborghini and just fucking... What the fuck is that?
I forgot. That was on me. That was 100% on me. Okay.
I have one more gambit, guys. One more gambit.
One more
Okay.
gambit, paying the man the money.
No, just so you know, the gambit was I was gonna intimidate him and be like, "Hey, if you take the deal, I won't tell people what I saw in the back of the shop and all the illegal stuff."
What the heck, Cole? Just give him his goddamn money.
I will. Okay, I will.
500 gold pieces. Thank you. He has like
Okay.
Square, you
Fine.
know, like the chip reader, like Square. He's just like, just tap it here, and it's like done.
He's fucking sitting there trying to haggle. He's got a few coins in the little pouch, and then the card with like 9,000 on it. He's just like,
Oh my
I
gosh.
barely have any money.
Richest person in the party. And he's like, I got no money.
That whole time, he just completely forgot the card existed until eventually he was like, "This thing is in my way." Oh yeah.
All right. Cole, I believe you said 6, correct? But that was before we negotiated price. So you are welcome to keep that. But because I made a mistake, I will permit you 1 re-roll. I'm not going to tell you what's in the box though. So you either can keep a 6 or you can
God.
roll something totally different.
What do you guys think? Reroll or keep a 6?
I don't know. I'd reroll.
What's
Why not?
fate telling you?
Yeah, what does fate tell you?
What's fate tell you? Grandma.
My gut says reroll.
All right.
So
It's gonna be a
let's
19.
see.
It's gonna be a 6.
Unmodified d20. No. This is one of those times. This is when I got like one of those banked nat 20s, like in my soul.
I can't wait for just some venomous
Okay.
creature to pop out and paralyze you.
It's better than a 6. It's a 7.
Okay.
I feel like Jared.
Yep.
It's not a 2, it's a 3.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
7.
Jared. Yep, 7's a lucky number.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a mastiff.
No, it's actually really small.
It is a mosquito with anthrax.
Mosquitoes
God!
don't carry
That's
anthrax.
It's a mosquito
horrifying.
carrying
Yes.
malaria.
Yeah, it's like they don't carry anthrax.
No, it is carrying like physically carrying.
Oh, a bucket of anthrax?
Yes,
No, it's a regular rat
double
that
threat.
has the black plague.
But all right, Sizik, he hands you like a 5-inch by 5-inch by 5-inch cube, like a little crate. And he's
Yeah,
like, "You
it's
can open it up whenever you're ready. You can open it up
30
whenever you're
feet.
ready."
And okay, is this like a one-time deal? Like I open it, it does its thing, and then is gone?
Oh no, this is
Oh,
your
it sticks
animal to
around.
keep. It sticks around. I mean, obviously,
Okay,
if it
great.
dies, it dies. But don't do that.
That's not my
Try to keep it
intention.
alive.
I've kept myself alive.
Yes,
a
and try
little
to
bit
keep
of-
your
with a bit
animal
of help.
alive too.
I'm saying that because I am an animal. Okay. Thank you. I'll step out and like just in front of the door. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. I mean, this is an outdoor shop, so like it's fine.
No,
It's like a shack
Outside of the shack.
Yes, the stand. Sizik, you open it up and immediately hear bzzz, and a bumble barrow, not a bumblebee, fly, kind of like hovers out. It's itty bitty, like 2-inch long insect, and it, as it kind of perches, where would you like it to land on you?
I've never heard. What is this thing? I've never heard.
This is
of
this is a homebrew. This is a homebrew animal.
Oh.
Yeah.
It would just go probably right on the top, right
Okay,
between there.
as it, it's gonna kind of land right between your ears. Hello, Sizik.
You know who I am?
Yes, I can send messages for you.
I can do that myself.
Yes, but this is different.
How?
You may now cast the message cantrip to twice the range that you normally would.
Oh, so instead of what is it, 120 feet? Yeah,
Yes.
it's 240 feet.
40 feet. Yep. Yes. Also, well, it's a little hard to describe, but if you need me to hold something for you, I can do that.
But your little body is so small.
Don't judge a carrying object by its size.
You are right. I am sorry. Well, do you have a name?
I am a bumble barrow, but you may call me whatever you want, I suppose.
I'm not gonna call him Dan, though I really wanted to.
Anna's
I'm not
done
gonna
with this
do it.
crap.
Baniel.
Hmm. You know, I've never been great with names. Give me time to think on it.
I can do that.
How much are you capable of carrying?
I'll just show you. And this little very similar to a bumblebee, just kind of this bumblebee flies down to the ground, and as it touches the ground, its little face kind of like turns to look up at you, and a portable hole just appears on the ground.
I thought you meant like grab and pick it up. What is a hole? Was this like a bag of holding but bigger?
Yeah, a portable hole is an item you can look up in D&D, if you're aware. Yes.
Yeah.
I
know.
Yeah.
Sizik.
Okay, great. Yeah, great. It can't talk to you while it's in this form, so it's kind of just like dissolves into like a blotch on the ground and creates this big hole, and then when you want it back, it'll just and fly away again.
I have a question.
Okay.
And I don't think you're gonna like the question, but I have a question.
Okay.
Were there any more of those crates sitting on just something where this bumblebarrow could crawl under?
Yes. As Paloma's
Okay.
voice echoes in all our minds, 2 crimes.
Well, it's only a crime if he doesn't know. So
That's not what makes a crime. Oh.
Another sorcery point. I'm gonna tell before I cast. When I cast, it'll be sorcery point. Subtle spell, obviously. I'm gonna tell him, crawl under one of those boxes and then open up when he's not looking, and then come back.
That's incredibly unethical.
This, compared to some of the things that my friends have done, is like nothing.
Oh no, I don't care. I don't have a code of honor that I follow.
Oh,
I'm just making
then why
a point
did you
of
mention
fact.
it?
It's a point
Oh,
of fact
well.
that I'm simply saying that it's unethical.
And
Now
I
do
will
what you
wait
want.
for him to get in position. And I'm
Okay.
gonna subtle cast a minor illusion to make like a ruckus behind the guy.
All right.
Mason, are you sure this is a bumblebarrow and not a cricket wearing spats and a nice coat?
Fair enough.
You're an irredeemable monster!
That is a natural 2 for my my insight check to see if this illusion was not real. So the guy, what illusion are you creating?
Just like a ruckus of a cacophony of sounds, like falling over and maybe animal noises.
Oh no, I better go check on that. And he disappears behind the shop, and then this bumblebarrow appears underneath and gets like a table that had some of the boxes on it, and it all tumbles in.
Oh,
Sizik, at your next convenience, you now have 6 other boxes.
and I will swiftly return to the chateau.
You guys can't have anything anymore. I'm done.
7 was the right roll!
Should have just given you the other one. I should have just let you have the other one. It wouldn't have done
Well,
this.
Now there's a chance I'll still see what it is.
Yes, that's true. You will. Do you want to open them now, or should I wait?
We'll do one more, and then we'll save the rest.
All right.
That is... Well, we've got more storage space now, though.
That's true.
So Paloma can hold more tabaxi men.
Just drop them into the portable hole.
From
Or
30
a
to what,
second
like
filing
100? Another filing cabinet of men.
Just pulls out a
boy.
filing cabinet, opens it up. Help us! Up, wrong one.
My apologies.
Other cabinet. My bad.
Or is one of them going to be full of cat women? Like tabaxi
All right,
women.
D20, Sizik, what'd you get?
Rolling now. I'm going to make sure I roll it. Okay! 12.
12, okay. Alright, hold on.
Flesh Golem. His name is Randy.
Oh, you said 12, right?
Yes, 12.
Okay. Appearing out of the box is, well, nothing. Because you can't see it, but you can feel it. Its
Oh.
weight on your hand. And as you feel it there, there's this like soft like warmth that it gives off. And appearing as its scales begin to change to a normal color is a chameleon like creature. Though this one particularly acts as a source of heat.
A hot chameleon.
It's a hot chameleon.
Nice. Okay, we go home.
Oh, I'm sorry. I read. I can't read.
No.
I thought it said coal crusted chameleon. It doesn't. It's coral crusted chameleon. Sorry.
Oh.
It has like a coral ridge on its head. And it actually secretes a soothing, numbing oil in your hands. So you actually lose feeling in your fingers, very briefly.
Very nice. Alright. We go home.
Love it. Okay. Sizik, as you return home after your shenanigans, all of you kind of on the 15th day of the month is kind of where we're here in this particular present moment. It is probably almost dinner time as we approach this time of the day. So we'll say it's 5 o'clock. And all of you hear the ecstatic shriek of Marigold Burrows coming, like barreling down, even in her arm sling. It's here! It's here! As she rushes into the dining room, where the table has now been delivered, of course.
That's a lot of excitement for it.
Yes. No. That's not what she's excited about. Please, everybody come quick!
Well, we'll go.
Okay, yeah.
And as all of you arrive in this space, with her one good arm, she throws down a docket of information. We are officially a noble house, and that's where we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate the wild and chaotic ride every episode. But until we meet again next week, the adventure does in fact continue, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.